I am WXFan21 alongside Word Sayer on commentary, Slam on tracking. Apologize for being late. We had issues with SpeedGaming as a whole on the back end. The technical issues have been solved. The hamster is back on the wheel, and we are ready to get things started. But in all seriousness, there was a lot of technical stuff going on behind the scenes. SpeedGaming 1 was having an issue. Here on SpeedGaming 3, there was an issue. We're here, we're set, we're ready. We are live. It's sunwufarmer versus username. Gold lower bracket, round number 4. Words, how are you doing this fine day?
I'm doing great. Yeah, really looking forward to this matchup. It's gonna be a lot of fun. These are two very skilled, very closely ranked runners, so this should be a very close race. Also, shout outs to Phoenix for sticking with us on the tech crew and helping us get this sorted out so we can actually get this race going. Because yeah, that was a scary moment where we couldn't get anything going. So happy to have that working.
Oh, it's good to have things working.
Yeah.
Sunwoo is going to be using the hand. And we're going to get things set.
Okay.
We got a 14.5-14-second delay. Do we not have a timer for username?
No, username does not have a timer on her overlay. So we just gotta get it as close as we can with the sync.
We'll ask her when we get a little further back. So for our amazing people, if we want to set it at 13.5 seconds, please. I believe is what I counted. So 13.5 out for Sunwoo should sync us up. But
okay, I saw Ridley is one of the 4 objectives. Chat, do you guys catch that?
I am so happy that was a veto in my race yesterday.
Nice. Metroid's 2. Okay. Rock bowling, Metroid's 2. Ridley, thank you. Yeah. So our runners are doing a random objective seed, which basically replaces all of the normal bosses, that is Kraid, Ridley, Phantoon, and Dragon, as objectives. Normally you have to do those 2 before you can get to Mother Brain. Random objectives naturally randomizes those, but our runners also get to pick 2 to start with, and then the other 2 get randomized into. So username banned Kraid for this one. Sunwoo banned Acid Chozo, then Sunwoo picked Bowling, and then username picked Croc. And then the random objectives were Ridley and Metroid Room 2. So that's what our runners are looking for in this seed to be able to get to Mother Brain.
You got it. Appreciate that. So, yeah, let's see what happens in this one.
Getting speed early for both runners, so we won't have to worry about a speed lock late in the game. Username finding Morph in Aqueduct. I'm guessing Sunwoo is right behind. Okay. I wasn't quite parsing the layout of the map here in the early game. Username found Ridley, so we know where we're coming back to once we have resources to kill that. Yep, there's Sunwoo finding Aqueduct, so he'll be getting his own morph pretty soon here.
Hey, words. Hey, words.
Hey.
Dementor would like louder WX comms, so that means I'm going to be prepared to yell at 400% Demensive. Everyone's going to blame you in chat. No, I'm kidding.
I'm only kidding. I did take a listen, and Demensive was actually right. Words, you were coming in actually a lot louder on stream than I was, so I've kind of adjusted it. Let us know if how I adjusted it, if it actually went through.
Right. Because I can turn my own mic down if that's what needs to happen. But
I dropped you by 30 in the SpeedGaming control, so you should be fine.
Okay.
As long as it actually took, considering all the other issues we've had with SpeedGaming today.
Yeah.
Or at least in the last half hour. So
preferably we want to be able to do it on the SpeedGaming end so that my stuff stays stable, but if not, we have backup options.
You got it. So, Words, let's talk a little quickly about the weapons and the majors that they have so far, and then we'll get into a little bit about these runners' journeys here to tell a little story. So, they found speed very early, and that allowed the racers to go into Aqueduct to be able to get that speed booster. And what I actually find pretty interesting overall, 2 tanks. They found
Yes.
2 tanks before we found any type of ammunition, before any type of explosives. That's really interesting to me. As username
same.
finds those supers that we saw Sunwoo find earlier, and then reset out of.
Right. So these supers might be exactly why he gave us 2 tanks. Because 1 tank is certainly enough to get from one side of that room to the other. However, getting there and back is a bit sketchier, so it might be that the seed gave us an extra tank to make sure they could get that in hard logic. Because there was no form of health on the other side of that room. That might actually just be why we got that extra tank. Or there could be some more heated rooms on the other side. Because yeah, usually in hard logic, you get 1 tank pretty early, just as an early filler item. But it tends to withhold other tanks until they're actually needed. So whenever I see a 2nd or even a 3rd tank early on, there's a 3rd tank, I'm expecting to see a lot of heat. So there's probably another heated run that we'll have to be running through at some point. But I fully expect both runners to kind of be spotting the same thing here. Okay, username going to be checking this hidden super block in big pink. See what's on the other side of that. I don't know if we've seen any green doors that would have blocked their path yet. But yeah, as you're mentioning, our runners' bracket paths to get here. Sunwoo is ranked 24 in this tournament, and username is ranked 26. Sunwoo was actually not projected to be here, but he got an upset in the upper bracket against Techno Waffle, who was ranked number 9. So that allowed him to skip a couple steps of the lower bracket. And yeah, so I think this was supposed to be Techno Waffle based on the rankings and how the bracket was supposed to play out. So Sunwoo getting a much what you might say call easier matchup down here in the lower bracket in order to move on. But username also benefiting from that as well, because she doesn't have to fight to race Techno Waffle here. So winner of this will be going on to race Tickles in the next round, which is a guaranteed top 16 finish. So either runner, whoever wins this race, will be in a definitely outperforming their seed based on the tournament bracket.
Tickle's also hanging out watching in the Twitch chat. Totally not scoping out his competition in the leagues.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Tickles. Anyway. Pretty interesting here so far. There's a lot of heated rooms, as you were mentioning, and this is actually pretty nice. And Words, I kind of want you to explain this, because I know you're a more in-depth runner. You've been starting to play a lot of the harder level seeds too. Can you tell the people, with 3 tanks, why you and I expect a lot of heated rooms, but more specifically, why Sunwoo is in a farm heated room with no Varia, and why that's illogic?
Yeah, so the randomizer has logic to it, which basically means it's going to make sure you're able to complete the seed. But included in that logic, this is hard logic. This is not like what you would be expected to do as a beginner to the game. There are certain expectations of how good runners are to be able to do certain things, and with that, it's expecting you to do a lot of heated rooms without Variasuit, because in the vanilla game, you get Variasuit that gives you access to like all of Norfair, which you couldn't do before because there's a lot of heat and the game doesn't expect you to run through heat. The randomizer definitely expects you to be able to do some of that. However, in most cases, like most rooms in the game with like 1 or 2 tanks, you can do any given room with that amount of health pretty comfortably in hard logic. But the long strings of rooms or like some very specific extra difficult rooms, you're gonna need 3 or 4 tanks to get through those. So yeah, Sunwoo going through, and then there's a farm. The farms are also in logic, and that farm in that heated room, there's a few others like it. that actually, the farming can outpace the damage you're taking from the heated room. So the logic will a lot of times expect you to run through some heat, get to a farm up, and keep going. So that's kind of what Sunwoo was doing right there. Ooh, this is a fun room. I don't know what the logical expectation is for that room, because those Meta Knight looking enemies, they do a lot of damage, but there are strats to dodge them. I know both of these runners know how to dodge those, so you can technically get through that room on no tanks at all, just dodging through and farming health along the way. But I don't know when that would actually be in logic. With 3 tanks, it might be at this point. I'm not sure.
Very well said. All right.
I do like saying words.
The
You gotta be-
whose name is Word Sayer likes to say words.
You gotta be careful. You gotta
What
be careful
is
the
this?
opportunities you give me.
What is this craziness?
Getting me started isn't too hard. Getting me to stop, that's another thing.
Fair. That's very fair. Anyway, kind of happy Words over here stepping up to do comms today. Was very excited to see that. I'm like, oh, I get to do comms again with Words because Words.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to work together a whole lot
Not
lately.
as much. I mean,
Yeah.
you've been hanging out with Bray and
Mhm.
Sinith and Devat. Just didn't
Change.
want to do comms with me. It's okay. No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
So let's take a look at this Torian map here real quick, Words, and there's nothing left. There's nothing
Yep.
more other than ammo and tanks. So username gets that stuff and is going to be able to just go pick up a couple of the things, including those logical PBs. Sunwoo, anyway, hanging out in Meridia.
yeah. Which I think is pretty reasonable. Oh, Sunwoo doesn't have those supers yet. Which, didn't you say Sunwoo saw the supers and turned around?
He did.
So is this just him forgetting? Or did he just decide he didn't want to grab those yet?
I don't
I'm
think
kinda
so.
curious.
Sunwoo came across supers way earlier than username did. I don't
Mhm.
think Sunwoo had the tanks to get.
Yeah.
The
He also didn't have
super.
morph. I think you needed morph to get that
Because
anyway.
Morph was at Aqueduct, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but
So
again,
I'm a little, yeah.
I'm not
I'm
concerned.
a little concerned that maybe he forgot that because it was so long ago that he spotted that, and he's
They're
just
definitely the logical supers, or at least the first supers.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sinith, I owe you nothing. Anyway, but
Anyway.
yeah, I'm very excited to be doing commentary with Words. This is very, very exciting. I love watching Words race, and you know, Words has been a massive. What's the best way I can say this without sounding like I'm sucking up to the co-commentator? A pleasure to watch, and a big up and comer in the space.
I appreciate that.
Just giving kudos. Oh, look at that! Sunwoo found
Okay.
supers.
Yeah, so not being punished for skipping those supers earlier on, because I don't think he's run into many paths blocked by supers just yet. All right, username has gone into Norfair. Doesn't look like there's much she can do here though. Because Main Street, you have access to like 3 doors here, but she's checked each one, and one is Wasteland, which is certainly not in logic just yet. There's a short charge you can do here to get this item here in Main Street. Username gets it first try, but it is only a tank, which is helpful at this point with the amount of heat we're seeing in this early game, but it's probably not the progression you would hope to see at this point. So probably just gonna head back to Torian. Meanwhile, Sunwoo going down Gauntlet, which is looking unusually green. Oh, username is going for Wasteland. This is not in logic yet with this amount of health, but like it's close to being in logic, I think. If our runners had like 6 tanks, ooh, that's a bad hit. That's unfortunate.
Medic.
Yeah. She could have gotten that. There was an item to the left, I think is what she was going for. She could have also opted to go straight down for the next door, but she did have a save right here, so this isn't too bad.
Do you know what's in logic? You words. You're in logic. I don't
Thanks?
know.
Question mark?
You're welcome.
I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Well, I mean, you're in logic because you're doing commentary, so I don't know.
Sure,
It was
okay.
just
We'll go with it.
absolutely something, yeah. Ignore the bad
Yep.
joke anyway. Frambo says, I am absolutely illogical. I am not a Vulcan. This is true. I am human.
Never would have guessed.
Sunwoo making his way through Thread the Needle.
Everyone's favorite room to see in the early game.
Nope.
With Morph and Power Bombs, though, it's not too bad, although unfortunate drops. A lot of times it's fine to just use a Power Bomb to kill these little Poyos, these little slimes. Because they do have a reasonably high Power Bomb drop rate, but unfortunately that time he killed 3 and they did not drop one. So we had to farm one a little bit later, which slowed him down a bit.
So rude.
Ooh, Sunwoo found Space Jump. I didn't see that.
Yep,
so
Sunwoo
going
got
across-
space in landing site PBs.
Ooh, this is interesting. I don't think this is logical. Maybe it is. This crossroom jump with speed.
To get up right, I believe it is. And Sunwoo has to reset. So
Yeah.
here's the thing. Those sand pits, no matter what room that you're in, here's the thing with sand pits. Without high jump, okay? Without high jump and without gravity, you are not able to escape the sand pits. So please keep that in mind. Now,
Yeah.
something else to also keep in mind is all of you wonderful people going to follow these racers. You can do that by using !R on the Twitch chat, !C to follow the commentary and tracking teams, and of course !SM map 26 to follow along with the tournament.
Boy, while you were talking about that, Username was doing some crazy heated room stuff. Manipulating reserve tanks to squeeze out extra bits of health, and then finding Pillar Prep room, which was another dangerous heated room, and then getting to Plasma Spark room, which just, is a very sad moment, because you did all that work and got nothing out of it. So unfortunately, Username taking some detours and not really getting anything useful out of it other than the information of what's there.
Now, words to loosely quote a very famous Vulcan. I am and shall always be your friend.
Why, thank
Shout
you.
out to Spock. So that was the first Spock line I could think of. So anyway, Mother Brain
Not
has
even
been
live long
found.
and prosper?
Sorry, live long and yeah, that too. Obviously the legendary one. I don't know why that was the one that popped up. Maybe because I saw a clip of what was it? It was of Spock apparently chasing and flying up a mountain to find Captain Kirk, which I had no idea where that was from, but okay. But yes, live long and prosper. The legendary Spock quote.
Indeed.
Anyway, 2 Spock quotes for you.
Yeah. So Username going across Flower House, only getting a super missile out of it, unfortunately. Still exploring here around Main Street. Not finding a lot of value, unfortunately. Super missiles are good, but for the amount of time she spent on this is probably not what she's wanting to see.
Maybe she should have set the seed to Wumbo.
Huh?
You know, I Wumbo, you Wumbo, he, she, Wumbos. Wumbology, the study of Wumbo. It's first grade, SpongeBob.
Wombo combo?
Your Patrick quote of the day.
Neat. I know SpongeBob, but not that much SpongeBob.
Yes.
Yeah, Username making her way into Meridia, finding that charge beam, following in some of the footsteps that Sunwoo has already done. Sunwoo now finding his own way into Norfair, and encountering the same set of puzzles that Username had to deal with a minute ago. So we'll
Somebody
see.
unplug me and plug me back in. Buy me dinner first? Question mark. How am I supposed to respond to that? I mean, I did get up at 5 in the morning, then went back to bed.
WX just casually denying that he's a robot.
Yep. Definitely not a robot.
Mm.
Frame was like, we've gone off the rails. And I'm like, yeah. See, this is what happens when you get on commentary. Food talk, Vulcan talk, trying to talk about the racers.
SpongeBob.
See, this is the other thing of broadcasting words.
Mm-hmm.
These two have done nothing but copy each other's routes, so this isn't like it's been the most sexy thing to watch. So while we're waiting for some action, and it keeps people entertained. Now, speaking of keeping things on track, Username now coming across Space Jump. Mm-hmm. Sunwoo really staring at this map, though, trying to realize, where does he have to go from here?
Yeah.
Because you've got the double Meridian doors, you've got your Space Jump, but like you mentioned, Username spent a lot of time trying to tank that Wasteland room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I know Username has said in the past, like she's a fan of if something is the most, if you see a bunch of paths, check the most difficult one. Because like a lot of times the game is trying to like put a lot of difficult stuff in your path to hide the thing that's late in progression. So I think that's probably what she had in mind going through Wasteland there. Unfortunately, this time it didn't really pay off because there was more difficult stuff afterward. That's probably the thought process she had going. But it seems like both runners are kind of in a similar spot of just, they don't know what the path forward is. They have a handful of a handful of majors they've gotten, which are decent equipment, but they don't open up that much. So it's kind of just go to the edge of the world to see if there's something specific that Space Jump does for you, and hope for the best. And so far, neither runner having a ton of luck with that. Okay, Sunwoo finding toilet into Everest, another room we can't navigate very well. We could do a cross room. No, we can't, because it was from Aqueduct. So no cross room jump. So yeah, there's nothing Sunwoo can do there just yet. So yeah, I'm kind of, the closest thing we saw to logic was that lava grapple tunnel that Sunwoo used Space Jump to get across. He's gonna find these super missiles, which is again covering ground Username is already done. So yeah, on a seed that's this restrictive, I think we're just gonna see a lot of this sort of thing where they're running out of options, so they just end up covering all the same checks. So we might even see Sunwoo go for that Wasteland just like Username did if he doesn't find something else soon. Just because there's only so many things he can do right now.
Bonk. So much for going back that way. This is pretty bad. Like,
yeah.
Definitely not as bad as the start of Divine and Ice Seed yesterday, which, by the way, I have a lot more respect. Like, I've always said the mental aspect of racers is something to do, and that is true. I got much more of an appreciation for it ever since I raced Divine yesterday. Mm-hmm. Much more of an appreciation for the mental aspect that goes into a race.
Yep.
So,
I'm fortunate enough to have racing experience in other games, so I'm like more used to the mindset, but still it's just like there's always going to be those moments where you feel like you've practiced something enough, you feel like you know how something works and a whole bunch of stuff, and then you get in the middle of a race and it's just like, why can I not remember anything I have learned in my life up to this point? It just disappears from your brain.
Yep. And because this became a thing last night, Divine bowling. Sorry, buddy.
Oh no.
We both entered the post-game interview, and one of the first things I see are people spamming Divine Bowling.
Oh no, what happened? Is it too spoilery at this point?
It's too spoilery.
Right, so we saw Aqueduct. That's what stopped Sunwoo on this side.
Correct, and that's what. But remember, Aqueduct is where we got our morph.
Mm-hmm. Right, did I say Aqueduct? Coliseum. That's what I meant to say.
There you go.
Yeah. So this is an interesting one. Because you have to have enough momentum to slip past this ledge so you don't bonk your head on the ceiling.
Bonk.
And then you have to have enough height to get up to the top. So, like, to me, yeah, this does not look like it's even a little bit in logic. I think you need more runway to put this in logic. So I'm really confused about this one.
Can you?
Because this
jump
looks like
and
the way
then-
forward.
Can you jump and then go into a space jump? Username is now clearly doing an out of logic thing, is literally trying to grab, jump, and then IBJ. That I don't think is the intended way of doing this!
Not at all. This is not at all the intended strat. But I respect it, because we're running out of options. Sunwoo has found grapple. I didn't see where that was, but that's the way forward.
Yep.
So grapple is meant to be used here to get up Coliseum. Or it's
Everest,
used here in Everest.
So, I mean, here's
It was
the
in
big
jail.
question.
Interesting.
Oh my,
okay.
username got it. Oh my gosh.
Okay, don't die.
He did it.
Nice.
Chat, hold.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Very
that was
nicely
placed
done.
A bit high. That was placed a bit high.
Very nicely done. Is this the way forward, or is it just another couple missiles? We got an E-tank. That's not bad.
And we have speed, so we can get this upper bowling item. Sunwoo finds the ship in Meridia.
Mm-hmm.
And chat is saying that it was the jail item. Thank you, Slam.
Yeah.
It's a
And it's
missile.
missiles.
Womp womp.
Unfortunately for username, this is not the payoff she needed.
Nope.
Yeah, so there was a universe where this could have been like a huge play for username, because this could have been the next item, maybe gravity or Varia or plasma
Agreed.
or something. She does have space dump, so she can get across. There's still a chance for this to pay off, because we saw seeing grapple from sunwufarmer means
Both
Everest could have been the way
Coliseum,
forward, or
yep.
it could have been this. So if grapple was intended to be
zone.
used here, and username is just bypassed that need entirely, then that's huge.
Sharon, to answer your question, on the main Speed Gaming channel, you can go back and watch the VOD over there. If anyone's interested in my race with Divine last night, it's on the main Speed Gaming channel. Go back and watch the VOD. I know I have to. That actually might be a payoff item.
It could be.
Username found screw attack. And most likely has also found the map, and that's just some missiles.
Yep.
But this could be big, because could screw attack be the only item here? Or is one of the two suits going to be here? Let's find out.
Yeah.
It is the Meridia map.
There's another major that does look accessible.
That is accessible, and that's it.
Okay. And bowling is here. But we haven't killed Fantoon. That's the bad part here.
Bowling.
Because bowling is an objective, but in
bowling.
order to do Bowling Alley, you have to have first killed Fantoon. Which means username is going to have to come back at some point. But if this major down here is gravity, for instance, that's huge because it makes it trivial to get back later. But if Sunwoo finds Fantoon before coming here, that means he gets to skip an entire trip to wreck ship.
Chloe, I'm not flexing.
All right, what do we get? Hold.
Vaughn and I were kind of specific. Like, we didn't care what channel we were on. We were
Spring
just grateful
ball.
we got an opportunity to showcase a couple of really fun stuff. So, words, we got to show off collectible wall jump and beam doors.
Nice.
I love
Two
doors.
very cool settings that, like, I would say that those two settings aren't the most conducive to races because of how they affect how you play the game and like how the logic ends up playing out.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Then again, so did our 2-hour seed.
Yeah, the thing about beam doors in particular is like it basically makes every major required, which
yeah,
it goes against kind of the typical meta of most racing randomizers of just like, what's my minimum I can complete the game with? That's the question you have to answer. So the better you get at completing the game with less, the faster you can go in a race. Whereas
Correct.
beam doors slows all of that down to where it's like, okay, I can't afford to skip any majors, which
See, I disagree.
I think could be a valid way of
of
racing.
Metroid
but-
Prime 1, that's not the case. I just think
Really?
we need to update the logic
Yeah.
of beam doors. That's all. To make it more race conducive. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Sunwoo found a cookie. He wins. No, Sunwoo is currently found Fan Tool.
Fan tool?
Yep. This was a whoops-a-daisy mistake on my part, by the way. I was thinking about Fantoon and ran into Shack Tool at the same time in a race I commentated a while back and accidentally said Fan Tool.
Okay.
To which chat then absolutely loved it. And I'm like, nope, there's another t-shirt and emote idea.
Yay! It's Shack Tool for the fans. That's what it is.
I picked Spospo for the fans because we played random objectives yesterday, and I picked
Nice.
Spospo for the fans.
Nice. Did you get to do it from above?
No. It was actually the last objective I found.
Nice. I actually learned to do that recently in a couple seeds.
Did you
just
really?
For fun.
I didn't think you could beat Spospo.
with the plasma charge combo.
Plasma. I had the full beam combo. That'd be interesting to learn. Anyway.
Yeah, it takes forever. You have to wait like 8 or 9 cycles to get the second hit in. There's also a setup for X-ray microwaving it, but that one's weird.
Yeah, I didn't have X-ray.
Yeah, so it would have taken like 3 minutes.
No. The seed took just over 2 hours, so if you're gonna watch it back, get some popcorn. Because they were shambles all over the place.
All right, so we're gonna get the
Speaking of which,
map here.
neither of these racers really have had shambles outside of username kind of risking Wasteland. And Sunwoo's just kind of really hasn't had any shambles yet, but has just been very thorough on going through all these.
So we have climb supers into Metroid 2.
Yeah.
And that's actually not that bad if you can get over there.
Sunwoo,
no, he saw it. He definitely saw it.
I didn't see where the connector came from the top. Just go back
see,
up.
he's got you, homie.
Thank you. Except
yeah, so the Metroid Room 2 was just above that major on the right.
But how do you get there? That's the thing. I didn't see a connector off of Criteria Pirates. So there might be a second entryway in the Criteria. Or wherever room he was just in. Is all I'm saying. There might have been a second entry point. Because Leodox and Amphitheater were neither connected towards Metroid 2 and the potential double major there with Pirates.
Yeah.
Green Pirate Chef, so...
Looks like Sun was going for it, so it seems like he saw a path.
Good! Once again, the racer is not paying attention to the commentators in there. Divine and I didn't do that. I'm just saying. We cared about our commentators and had plenty of pause time.
Okay, that's fair.
Then again, our map was horrible and we needed the pause. But anyway. So this is gonna be the most logical way forward. So here's the connector.
Yep. So yeah, this should work.
Yeah. Oh, no ice beam, so you're gonna have to short charge here. Oh,
yeah,
that's
this
brutal.
This is
not
doable.
logical. No.
No, it's not logical, but it's an objective with the major locked behind it. You just go for it. Actually, no, it is logical. You can kill those the little boyons with power bombs.
You can also kill the Metroids with 5 power bombs, so you just have to group them up. It's just not comfortable. So Sunwoo going for a little bit more of ammo, and we'll come across some supers. So that's a nice find. I think he was looking for power bombs there.
Yeah. You can also use... You only need 3, though.
Correct.
Like-
Yeah, my bad. I was just gonna say you need 3
Right.
power bombs instead of 5.
Yeah.
But
No,
again,
yeah,
it's-
okay.
How
I see what you're saying,
are
though.
you? How comfortable are you grouping up the 2 Metroids and Metroid 2, and being able to go? Because again, you can go. You get a short charge Shine Spark, up climb supers, go all the way across because you have space jump, so you can do it. And yeah, Sunwoo's just gonna get rid of these guys.
This is interesting. So this is in logic, 100%, because we actually had this come up in a weekly at one point, I think, where the logic was to use bombs to kill those. Because you can also do that. Just sit right beside them and spam bombs and kill them.
The yellow goops?
Yes.
Okay.
It takes forever, but you can do it. So now Sunwoo... Right, okay, ammo station. Yeah. I think you mentioned that. Yep. Without the ammo station, that would have been pretty sketchy.
Would have been so bad!
Yeah, Tickles, it took me a minute, too, to realize that wasn't Ridley. But no, this is an easy enough for him to get through.
But look at Sunwoo's health.
Yeah, it's a little scary with the health.
You got screw attack.
He should be
so...
fine, yeah. No, he doesn't have screw attack. Username does.
No, that's right, my apologies. Username does.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Metroid's 2 complete.
Yep. Alright,
Now
let's see
you
what
know.
majors we get on the way back.
This could be a double major. And also, chat gets their second favorite mini-boss, Crocomire. It is Wave.
Okay.
Which,
So,
again,
almost certainly just filler at this point.
yeah, but I mean, like, Spiffy and I have, like, talked about how you can argue this is the best beam from Map Rando. Just
Yeah,
because of everything Wave can do.
It definitely has a lot of utility, more so than others. Ice, I would say, has some better utility than Wave. Because, like, Ice has some things that no other beam can do. Whereas Wave, it's like, okay, you can get through gates easier. But you can also just do that with missiles.
Yeah. Again, that's why we had the discussion as to, like, when we said best beam, like, Spiffy was like, what about Wave beam?
Yeah.
So,
you know
anyway,
what best beam is, though?
Plasma.
Charge beam. Charge beam.
You're not wrong.
Plasma's great, but it can't do damage to bosses without charge.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Anthony says we got 2 of the goat combs in here. Word Sayer and Word Shouter 21!
Hi, Anthony.
Louder!
Do I need to pull up the Ridley scream again? No.
Please, just don't pull up the Fusion one. I mean...
Is there another one?
I give the Fusion fans so much crap for that.
No, it's amazing.
And especially the Fusion Racers. I'm like, please, just not the Ridley thing. And then I joke when we get in. It's like, okay, turn the volume up.
Fusion Ridley is best Ridley. Thank you, Detail. I agree. Fusion Ridley is the only good Ridley scream. Exactly.
Neo just pops out of nowhere. I just completed my first, I competed in a Fusion Rando with Neo, who's in chat.
Nice.
The new Randovania Fusion Rando is really fun. I really hope that's going to be the Fusion tournament this year.
Yeah, I've played one seed of the Randovania one, but by then I was deeply entrenched in Map Rando, so
yeah,
I haven't.
I know Randovania really worked hard on getting that up and running. It's just, you know, where it amazes me. We have all these great, amazing randomizers. We got Map Rando, which has become my favorite SM Rando. We've also got Varia Rando, Dash Rando, which is phenomenal in and of itself. We've got Fusion Rando, Metroid Prime Randos. There's so much to bring these iconic games to continue to have them be so fun. Like, I've been playing a lot of Archipelago Multi-Worlds. Mega Man X2, X3, Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. There's so many randomizers now, really given a fresh perspective on some of these classic games.
Indeed. Yeah, like I remember like back in, I think I got into like 2015, 2016. Metroid Prime 2 was actually my first randomizer, which I have since learned is a very tough randomizer to have as your first one.
What, Prime 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never played Prime 2 Vanilla, but people who have played all the randomizers of Prime Trilogy, it seems to be people prefer the Prime 2 one.
I like it a lot, but that you have to have a lot of game knowledge because there is tons of softlock potential everywhere.
Same thing with... There's not as much softlock, I feel like, with Metroid Prime 1. I feel like that's definitely way more open.
Yeah, I think that's pretty true. But yeah, like, ever since getting into randomizers, I'm just like, this is so amazing because it lets you take a game that you grew up with, maybe, a game that you love, and you want to replay it, but it's probably gotten pretty stale because you just replayed it so much. And it gives it away so you can keep playing the game with the experience that you have, but at the same time, it also feels like the first time you played the game because you're still having to puzzle through and figure out stuff instead of just knowing where everything is. So like the fact that we have, the fact that we have so many games that have good randomizers is so cool to me.
Oh yeah, like Ratchet and Clank Going Commando is one of my all-time favorite games. That and A Crack in Time, and then Up Your Arsenal. Those are my 3 favorite Ratchets in the series that I've played. And Going Commando got a randomizer. I played that. I'm like, okay, I gotta go here, I gotta go there. And the more I played it, the better I got at it. The more tricks I learned. The more speed running tricks I learned. And then the Up Your Arsenal randomizer, which is early beta. We've now got like a 0.4.0. It's like you just get such more of an appreciation for these games that you just played over and over. Like again, like Super Metroid. People that have argued is the greatest Metroid game in the franchise. It's just Dear Force does such an amazing job with it that you have the capability of having 3 randomizers to customize your experience however you want to play it, which is amazing. But again, like you take a look at what you know from your time playing Super Metroid, right? Like, we talked about how Sunwu's in this room, how that grapple that he found over in jail was the logical way forward through Everest and through this room. How did we know that? We've played this game how much as a kid? Like, we had Gravity Stew at that point, but you saw the grapple blocks. You didn't have Space Jump at that point in Vanilla. So you had to use the grapple blocks. Okay, I get grapple. I don't have that. And there's different ways of incorporating what you've done as a kid or whenever you played this game to now have a much, put that knowledge to that test in a randomizer, which is pretty cool. So there's Screw for Sunwoo. Usernames completed Metroid Room 2. We're at 42 minutes into this seed. I don't have a drink down here. Words needs to be paid for this week. Who's paying the commentator?
What's happening? How did we get here? What?
It's all right. Slam's gonna pay you. The check's in the mail.
Neat. I hope it's double what I got last time.
Anything times 0 is 0. Math tells me so.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so unfortunately for Sunwoo, he's gonna be covering the same ground Username did earlier. He'll be doing it faster with grapple, but both runners are going to have to make a double trip because neither runner has killed Fantoon before getting to Wreck Ship. So they're both going to have to come back for bowling after Fantoon is dead. So Sunwoo could have found an advantage, a significant advantage here if he had maybe run into Fantoon first before coming back to Wreck Ship, but they're pretty even footing. Sunwoo might be in a slight lead, but they both just, again, been kind of covering all of the same places that the other has gone.
Yep. So words, Zach Rouse says that we're the best commentators on these races. We appreciate the kind words.
Well, thank you.
No, Neo, I do not want to learn how to boxing. Anyway, talk about speedrunning tech. I think what's interesting, and you know, prepping for the race for Divine, you know, someone when I would kind of having this conversation, people that have played a lot of randomizers, as opposed to people that have played a lot of speedruns. Like, there's speedrunning tech that, you know, speedrunners can have a lot of success at randomizers with.
Yep.
But if they're just coming into the randomizer scene and they've played way more speedruns than they have randos, yeah, you may have the faster movement, but you're going against randomizer players that have the experience.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, there's also have a medium. Like, we know how good Oats is, how good Lynx is, how good... I'm trying to think of some of the other racers out there, too. Like, those are the first two that came to mind at the top of the tournament that are speedrunners,
right?
But also play a lot of randomizers. Like, you have that movement, and as long as you have the knowledge of the randomizers, like you see with these two, like Username and Sunwoo both understand the logic of especially like of this seed. Maybe they're not the fastest.
Yeah.
But what they do have is the knowledge to be able to work through a randomizer seed. So, yeah,
being able to read what the randomizer is trying to give you, and like knowing certain tricks that a speedrunner might not ever think of.
Exactly. And
yeah,
likewise,
I think...
where it's flip side, if you're a randomizer player who then tries their hand at a speedrun, you know some of the stuff already from doing randomizers. You've learned some speedrunning tech, and if you had, let's say, an hour 10 at an 90%, after playing randomizers for a while, like, I get a 57 minutes. You shave off a lot of time because you know the rooms, you know some of the logic, and you know some of the tricks in the rooms to be able to go ahead and now put it into a speedrun. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, it does. But it is also funny watching people who come from different backgrounds and the things they struggle with compared to each other. Like, you might see a speedrunner get to worst room in the game and be like, oh, I know how to do this, no problem. And then they might get to something like an X-ray stand-up ice clip or something. It's like, I've never done this before. What is going on? And again, vice versa. The randomizer main might struggle a lot more with something like Wasteland or worst room in the game, because a lot of times they can just work around those rooms instead of being forced to go through them. So it's really interesting to see the variety in approaches based on what someone has more experience with.
Oh, this has been an interesting mid-game.
Oh, chat saying the grapple was out of logic. I never even saw it. What was the path to grapple? What made it out of logic?
But it's chat in logic. No,
No.
I'm kidding. Chat is in logic. You're here watching. Please don't leave. So again, folks, if you're just tuning in, I'm WXFan21 alongside Wordsayer over here on commentary. Slam is on tracking. This is our only game of the tournament today. sunwufarmer versus Username, best of 3. This is shaping up to be a fun one here. This is a gold bracket, lower bracket, round 4 matchup. And I believe one of the last of the round 4 matchups, if not the last, as we are set to make our way into some of the quarterfinal matchups of some of the earlier brackets, finalizing who's going to be getting into the silver bracket over the next couple of weeks. And tomorrow, we've actually got a pretty loaded restream day. Words, we've got Techno Waffle versus Idol at 3 p.m. Eastern, best of 3. And then we've got Tillamorph versus Lynx on SpeedGaming 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern. And Rowlix versus Anthony also at 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's going to be loaded. And then you could build a story around this best of 3 on Friday. Oats versus Immy. Friend versus friend. And who's on commentary for that? None other than Andy and Eddie. This entire group of friends, those comms are going to be something fun to listen to.
That's going to be a very entertaining match.
Yep. And Hefe versus D-Rocky closes out our Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. While Oats versus Image starts at 4 p.m. Eastern. So, a lot of great games coming up. We've got the bronze bracket quarterfinal coming up. A couple of those happening. That's Hefe versus Draki, Log Drab versus Vert. There are a lot of great ones coming up. We got Gameaholic versus Digidang. It's so many great games. So now we're in the mid to end portion of the tournament. And it's 64 people. We had to cap it at, and so many other people. I would not surprise me if we hit close to 80 to 100 people in the next tournament.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely reasonable to expect at this point. It's Map Rando is great for one, but also it's just been gaining momentum and popularity with people. So it's really cool to see this many people coming out and choosing to compete, because it's a tough game to compete in, but
it is.
Yeah, it's
and
been
I got
really
my
cool.
first taste of it again last night. It is a tougher game to compete. I had fun, and like once I started getting items that I felt very, I started. But yeah, it's very different when you're racing as opposed to commentating or watching. It is a different feeling. Now, we got a Crocomire fight happening on Sunwoo screen, but you know what else is great, Words? You're great. And you know what else is great? Slam. Right, chat? If they're great, give some thumbs up. Thumbs up in the chat for Words and Slam. And pancakes have been found!
Yay! So this puts, well, I didn't see the path to get here, but this would have put everything we've done in Logic by now. But also, more importantly, Crocomire is an objective. Ooh, actually. Oh, this is interesting, because we had to come down Key Hunter Shaft to get here. Which, I don't know, I think the way down might be in Logic. The way up is definitely not without Screw Attack, which we would have needed gravity for at this point. Okay, so return route through frogs, through fire fleas. If this loops around, oh, that's Wasteland. Oh,
what username is going farther and farther away from Croc? Oh, that's bad. Now I know username is going for the map, and that's fine. But Sunwoo blinded Croc, so this actually might work out better for username, and let me tell you why. Username going to the map, getting the map first. Username can do Croc on the way back. Now Sunwoo, as soon as I say that, just grab Plasma. Now has Charge Wave Plasma, which the damage of one of those charge shots is 750, which is huge. That's going to make the Phantoon fight a lot quicker, and that's going to make a lot of other things quicker. So Sunwoo wants a little bit of a farm here. He knows he has to go back through Key Hunter Steers, or does he? But look at the heated rooms there as well. Username did find Phantoon.
Okay, that's good. So we have Ridley. We haven't found yet, I think. So yeah, this is interesting. So my parsing of the map here is that the logic, I don't know, it's hard to say. So you had to go down Key Hunter Shaft in order to get to Crocomire, because Crocomire is a one-way until you defeated him. But this Pillar Prep Room comes out into Plasma Spark on the left and Wasteland on the right. So username was just here a minute ago, because I remember seeing her do the Spark to get up the left side. But I'm really curious where this leads. Like, what's the return route here? Because Sunwoo could just go back up Key Hunter Shaft. Screw Attack makes that very doable, but that wouldn't have been the logical path back. We're in Red Tower now? Have we seen that already? I don't know. Yeah, this logic seems very convoluted for getting to gravity, but I think gravity is just the thing you need for this seed to be able to complete most of it.
I am
but
not
as we're saying
one
that
is going to say no to pancakes, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, never.
All right, chat, you want your food talk for this one? What's your favorite type of pancake? Go. Mine, of course, is a fresh blueberry pancake. It's so good. Now Sun was trying to figure out where the heck does he have to go to get this map.
Okay. So yeah. So username getting the Norfair map, which is gonna aid in getting to Croc and this gravity suit. So she'll have that soon enough.
Sorry,
And-
Tickle said when I asked about pancakes, he said the kind I don't have to make.
You know what? Fair.
He's not wrong.
That's
He's not wrong.
fair.
Anyway,
We're gonna get a high five here in a second from our runners, both going through main hall elevator.
ooh, Lotkeys are good.
So yeah, again, both runners just kind of crossing each other's paths here, redoing what the other has already done. So we need to find Ridley, and we need to find a way to kill Ridley. Currently, we do not have Various Suit. If we had Various Suit, you could very reasonably do this fight with just Charge Wave Plasma. Without it, you're gonna want a good number of supers. Even then, doing it on this health is sketchy. But we could probably grab a few more tanks along the way.
Chat, we know we found.
Oh, did we find Ridley?
We just don't have. We know Ridley's been available since the beginning of this game.
Right.
There's
yes,
no
I'm sorry.
way to kill Ridley right now.
Yeah. So full information for our runners. Username is much closer to being able to kill Ridley at this point.
Username now finds that plasma beam as well before Croc. But again, had the map info.
Yeah.
Sees it. So by process of elimination, it's gonna be in Brinstar. Will be our Varia suit, Ice Beam, High Jump, and Spazer, most likely, and maybe X-Ray. Like, I haven't seen a lot of the other majors anywhere else, so anyway. Yeah, that was... Man, you're right, Words. I think the Varia suit would make it a lot better than hunting down another 2 packs for username of supers and 4 packs for Sunwood.
Yep. Especially without high jump, because suitless Ridley with high jump is already tough. Doing it without high jump is even harder.
Yeah, trying to manipulate Ridley's Ridley's attack patterns. Yeah.
Yeah, it also just lowers your DPS because like on the swoops with high jump you can kind of jump up with him, one to see where he's at, but also to like chase the shot and make sure it actually hits. Because if Ridley's completely off screen, you can't hit him. So like you have to do a lot of more maneuvering around to be able to get up to the point where you can see and dodge Ridley, and being able to like actually get shots in during that is just really tough. So yeah, suitless Ridley without high jump is not fun. Doable, but it's much worse than it is with high jump.
Suitless Ridley is brutal regardless. So just real quick, I want to address something Wanda was saying in chat. Apparently, a lot of people were saying yesterday that we should have 1 admin exhibition per tournament. I think that's an interesting idea. The more interesting thing that we showed off was, Wanderer, was, 1, you fans asked for it because Divine and I aren't, like, quote-unquote, like, rando races. We play randos, but this is not, like, something we, you know, that's our main game. Like, I've been maining Ratchet and Clank, right? Like, I've been maining those games. And it was something we did for all of you. We wanted to do something fun for the fans. We did it at kind of the midpoint throughout this tournament. Words, we used the random objectives. We did the same exact thing that all of you have been doing throughout this tournament. Same way. Vetoes and picks. And again, just being able to show off a couple of cool settings. In addition, the idea of having an amateur bracket, true. I think that was kind of... I'm not going to speak for my fellow admins. But to me, that's what the copper bracket kind of is. Now, if you are saying you want a full admin, if you're a full amateur tournament, will we do a double bracket elimination? I'll tell you right now, if that is something that people want, I will be the main admin for that. I will help create that tournament if that is something people want. If that is something that we get enough for, I will talk to certain people and see if we can make a full amateur tournament happen.
Some people in
I
chat
will
have been
personally
mentioning
lead
a
that.
mentor tournament, and
I think
I
the
would.
mentor tournament is the next logical step from map ramp.
I think that
really
would
do.
be super cool. I was able to participate in a mentor tournament for Metroid Prime 2 as a mentee, and that was like one of the coolest experiences ever. Because like it was a game I had very little interest in racing beforehand, because it's just there's a lot of intimidating tech and knowledge in that game that just makes it really hard to feel comfortable racing in. But having a format where you can have someone go alongside you and mentor you through stuff was like really cool and made it a lot of fun. So like I'm totally down to help out with something like that.
I do think the next logical step, I think probably for our fourth, this is the third ever tournament. I think the fourth tournament, I think mentor tournament makes a lot of sense. I really, really do. Because again, I'm one of the admins of this tournament, right? And like,
Ooh, there's Varia.
well, there's Varia's suit. Hello, told you, Brinstar. Anyway.
Okay, this is interesting.
Very interesting. One of the things that we felt bad. I felt bad. We capped this at 64 people. Other people wanted to compete. We had to say no to people. There wouldn't have been an even bracket. So, anyway, I think mentor tournament makes sense. But if you all want to do like a quote-unquote amateur or new person tournament, if there is enough interest for that, I will run that if we can make it happen. Like, I will be the main admin for that if people want to help with that. Just saying. Anyway, so you have me on public record of saying that, so if we do have enough people interested, you can hit me up on Discord. Same username if there are people that are interested in that. So, anyway. But words, I like the idea of a mentor because people like yourself, Cruel Beans, Oats, Eddie, Aussie, Nito, Mo, so many of the top level runners that run more than hard level seeds. The ability to have that type of mentorship in a mentor tournament, I think would be awesome. We ran this for Metroid Prime 1. Super successful. Super successful. It's currently happening over on Brothers Arena for the SM Rat Mentor. And we got some new people signed up, people that have been watching for a while, new people that wanted to get in the scene. So, yeah, Mentor Tournament makes sense. So, that Varia suit, currently the key to this seed. Notice how sunwufarmer is full yeeting right now for bowling.
He can just go. Yeah, so like, this is an interesting situation because, yes, Sunwoo has Varia, which puts him in go mode, but username already has 7 E-tanks and 1 reserve and 25 supers. This is a very doable Ridley. Yeah, so like Sunwoo without that Varia would be very behind right now, I think. Because he's lower on resources, so he kind of needed Varia to have a chance at being ahead here. Now that he has Varia, I think he ostensibly is ahead, but username is not far behind because she can just go for this Ridley right now if she really wanted to. We also need to remember we have bowling that both runners need to go back for. So any collection of items username could do while there could also make this Ridley a bit more comfortable.
So I would get into the eggs and potato talk, but that would be me, WXFan21, talking about food. And I'm surprised there wasn't like an influx of people that didn't spam my name in chat. Anyway, so here is the Ridley fight. So Sunwoo gonna go to Ridley first, just get it easier and out of the way with. Fine. Words, correct me if I'm gonna take a guess at this. I don't know the exact one, but the full charge beam combo on Ridley is 20. Is it 20 or 30?
Yes, full beam combo is 20 shots.
Okay, this probably takes about 27, 28 shots.
24.
20? No. It was what the guess.
Yeah. It's a weird number. I only remember it because I remember it, not because I can do the math. It's 750 damage for 18,000 health, I believe, for Ridley. So that just happens to work out to 24. This is one of those I don't do the quick math on. I just remember it. Okay, Sunwoo taking a bit of damage here, but with Varia, it's not as risky. So dead Ridley.
Now I've got the itch to run this amateur tournament, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, man. Mentor tournaments are great.
I love mentor tournaments. Like if we did like a mentor tournament, I think that makes the most sense. Mm-hmm. Other than just like a quote unquote just like an amateur tournament, getting a bunch of people to do just like another one. The mentor tournament idea. I will throw my hat in the ring to help run that.
Yeah, because definitely
I've been having fun as an admin in this tournament. I've been having a ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely one of the hardest things for like these randos and these tournaments. The hardest thing a lot of times is just getting started, because like you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know where to start, and it's hard to feel comfortable or confident like trying to do stuff without like someone to give you a starting point. Mm-hmm. And like, to be fair, Map Rando has a ton of resources that go a really long way to reducing that barrier and making it easier to get into. Like the website alone is so well built for the purposes of learning how to play Map Rando. But on top of that, having a mentor tournament would just be, I think it would be really great for people who are like on the fence about how to get started and like wanting to improve.
That's probably more along the lines of next year.
Yeah.
Sorry, not next year, but the next tournament, which will be later this year. My opinion. But anyway. That's neither here nor there, but what is here is
bowling alley.
sunwufarmer heading towards doubling and the mother brain.
All right, that's going to be bowling alley done for username here in a little bit. I think she's still trying to scrounge for some extra super missiles, because Ridley takes 30 super missiles to kill. So with this loadout, you would still need like 4 shots from the plasma beam to kill Ridley, which on 7+1 is doable, but not the most comfortable. You really want to have that extra super pack. You can just do it all with ammo, because that's a lot faster DPS than charge beam. All right, that's bowling done for username. She's headed back now, probably looking on her map to spot Ridley, see what her path is. Mother Brain is in Meridia, which is connected to Wreck Ship. So unfortunately for username, she's gonna have to go a bit out of her way for Ridley now, and Sunwoo will just be able to go straight to Mother Brain after this bowling. Yeah, both of these runners just being able to fly through these rooms with all the equipment they have. Gravity suit, space jump, screw attack. There's not a lot to slow these runners down, except for farming for heated rooms, which, unfortunately for username, she's gonna have to be doing a lot of.
Dun, 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 dun. 30 to 45 seconds of just that entire waiting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just wanted to let the silence sit so we could Really contemplate the footsteps of that Chozo statue.
That Chozo statue, we like to have you all know, walked with purpose.
He says, I've been standing here waiting my entire life for this moment.
Oh, that's great.
All right, so Mother Brain will be down south here a little bit. Just a couple more rooms. Sunwoo will be there. I don't know if we saw Ship. Did we see Ship? We had to have seen Ship at this point. Yes, we saw Ship. Do you remember where?
Ship. That's Ship.
Do we remember where
Over there.
landing site was? Over there. Okay, cool. Ship in Meridia. Okay, so this should be a reasonably short escape. Okay, it's up there.
You know what that
be
means?
thinking.
Words.
Yeah. What does it mean?
It means it's time for the escape timer guessing game, chat.
Uh-huh.
That's what it means. You see where Mother Brain is. You see the ship. They're in the same sector. The question is going to be, chat, what do you think the escape timer is going to be? Get your guesses in the escape timer now.
I'm going to say 55. They are in the same zone, but also someone who doesn't have a Zeb skip, so he's going to have to farm after this.
I mean, it's live.
Yeah, because like they're in the same zone, but the path to get there wasn't the most straightforward. So I'm expecting to see a slightly longer timer. Not super long, but...
Can I give Sunwoo a little bit of poo-poo?
Why?
Because somebody, and I'm not going to mention names, Sunwoo, was trying to teach me how to do ice Zeb skip, and somebody doesn't have ice beam. I just realized that.
Yep, he doesn't have ice beam.
Sorry, Sunwoo.
Were you about?
I was about to poop. I'm like, wait, he doesn't have ice beam. Never mind.
Yeah, he can't do the Zeb skip without the thing you need for the Zeb skip. Uh-huh. All right, username on her, I believe, second attempt at Ridley. Looks good, but oh, that swoop kind of ended it. Yeah, unfortunately, with these suitless Ridleys, sometimes you're at the mercy of RNG, but she closes it out anyway. Because yeah, you saw right there, I was talking about the not having high jump before. Where sometimes if Ridley is... If you don't have high jump and Ridley swoops really high, he just goes so far off screen you can't hit him, so you just have to sit there for like 5 to 10 seconds. It's probably only like 5 seconds, but still, 5 seconds in heat is a lot. Just waiting for him to come back down so you can shoot at him. But she had enough damage, got the grab, ended the fight. Very nicely done.
Chat, there's still time to get your escape timer guesses in. Words is at 55 seconds. I'm at 1:05. If NN were here, he'd say 69.
He would. If Lopter were here, he would say the number that shall not be named.
Not that I had to look at that GIF while I was commentating.
Right, no, not at all.
No, not at all. Should I do it just to tilt chat? No? Okay.
Don't. There's too many gremlins in chat who would love it.
I'm just waiting for them to be like, do it. Do it.
Ooh.
Sunwoo, please.
He's got enough health, but he's gonna have to pop his reserve a little bit here, oddly enough. He needs 1 health from the reserve. Because you need 301 health to survive this rainbow beam.
You know what kind of help he doesn't need? I wonder if I'm going to upset words by saying this. I'm going to do it just to tilt chat. 6, 7.
See Sunwoo's gesture right there? That's how I feel right now. About what you just said.
I didn't realize it! That was perfectly timed! Yes! Yes! 50 seconds was the
50
timer.
seconds.
There are a lot of 50s hanging up in chat. Lot of 50s.
I see Dave's work phone. I see Ninjo. I see Figment Fan. I see Zenduro89. Is that it? that's it,
Looks
okay.
like it. You all get a metaphorical cookie.
Oh, Warlord Dre. I missed that one. Congratulations. Metaphorical cookie.
Chat checked under your chair. No. I mean, all things considered, shout out to username. Look how close she is on this.
Honestly, yeah. This is a very close one. Unfortunately, she's gonna have to do the same farm that Sunwoo did, so she's still got a ways to go. But yeah, getting to Mother Brain after the wildness of this seed
it's great.
has been
GG,
it's really
GG,
really impressive run
man.
from both runners here.
Very, very impressive. I think also at the end of the day, not just super impressive, it was trying to, because we had such divergence in this, and the racers crisscrossed on all the paths at some point throughout the race.
Yeah.
It really took into the end of the race to see how close they really were on this one.
Yep. It was really hard to tell who was in the lead. Yeah, and I think we had a race similar to this the other day. I think it was Andy versus Lunix, where it's kind of the same thing, where you just had access to everything, and you kind of needed to do all the things in order to complete the seed. So seeds like this, I think, really they really show the experience levels of a lot of runners, where it's like some races you can win just by picking the correct path and hoping that your opponent picks the wrong path. Sometimes that just happens, and sometimes you get lucky. And sometimes it's a seed like this where everything is so all over the place and you kind of have to do all of the things sooner or later. It's less about can you pick the right path and more about how quickly can you clear all these zones that you have to clear. Because you're going to have to do all of them. Whichever one you do first, you got to do it quickly, because then you got to do the next one. And that's kind of how the seed played out. It was just who can clear stuff more efficiently. And in this case, it was Sunwoo. I think on any other given seed, it definitely could have been username. These two runners are very, very close in skill and experience. And yeah, we see, like, I was saying that username was going to have to farm, but she actually didn't, because she came in with more ammo. So that's another thing that just, yeah, this race was incredibly close. With the short escape, being on Mother Brain when your opponent is finishing is like about as close as you can ask for.
Absolutely. And you also notice that the race that username, she is finishing up this seed. And why not?
Get your GGs in chat.
GGs for the racers. Here we go, your final times according to racetime.gg. Sunwoo, 1 hour, 13 minutes, 55 seconds. For username, it's 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 21 seconds.
On the planet Zebus, two racers do battle in a best of 3 to see who can blow up Zebus the fastest.
I'm just kidding. This is Game 2 between sunwufarmer and username. sunwufarmer, he's on the left. Username, she's on the right. I'm WXFan21 alongside Ward Sayer on comms. Slam on tracking. And we are so excited for this game number 2 after what was about a 2.5 second difference between the racers in game 1. Username could have very well taken that one. But you know what, Words? Game number 2 is going to be a whole different animal.
Indeed. I'm just sitting here pondering a realization I just had. The fact that they're blowing up the planet every time, is that why we get a different map every time? WX just left the call. That is the actual lore, though. If you go to maprandomizer.com, if you go into the explanations and about pages of maprando.com, it will actually just say Mother Brain has rebuilt Zebus from to make it more confusing from Samus's last visit. Also, Sunwoo, what are you doing? Why?
No!
Samus isn't supposed to walk that direction. Stop it. Yeah, Sunwoo known for liking his Interesting
As an
skins for
admin,
Samus.
I banned Sunwoo from ever having these ridiculous, stupid sprites ever again in a tournament setting.
Good luck. I don't think anyone's stopping him at this point. I'm not sure that's possible. He has too much power.
Hey, words.
Yes.
Tickles would like you to know, Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scrap. Oh, excuse me.
Nice.
And had the more accurate quote, Tony Stark built Zemis in a cave with a box of scrap. You're welcome.
You do that quote very well. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Fits your voice pretty well.
Oh, gee, thank you. Oh, I thought that was funny. Anyway.
Sunwoo, what are you doing? You already did this. Do you really need that extra 10 health? I'm confused. Oh, he wanted the runway. To get up to top right of Bubble Mountain. That is the logical way to get up to the top right of Bubble Mountain. There is like a pixel perfect, frame perfect wall jump you can do from the right side on the bottom, but that's finicky.
I'm just saying, to my fellow admins, can we please ban these ridiculous sprites? The backwards, the upside down, the invisible.
I don't think you're winning that fight.
How are you supposed to know to wall jump?
I mean, that's the player's problem, not your problem.
I have to call it, words. I have to watch this, and so do the rest of our fans.
See,
we've already lost 400 viewers.
See, WX, I think the way you're reacting really doesn't work in as an argument against it, because I think the chat is just having fun. They're enjoying your overreaction.
That's also playing into the bit, my friend. Come on now, it's playing into the bit. Kidding aside, we appreciate all of our viewers here. No one actually left. There also is a community weekly going on. So,
Wanderer, there are certain questions we just don't ask here, and that is one of them.
Wanderer, no. I'm not saying that on screen. We do not need to go into that. We don't need to get canceled. No! Anyway. What username is doing is out of logic. So is Sunwoo.
Yep. What else is new?
So
we don't need logic where we're going.
Nope. Oh look, bowling. Bowling stopped you in your out of logic shenanigans.
And we got another door. By the way, we got so caught up in our bits that we forgot to talk about the game mode. We're starting with item draft. In item draft, each runner gets to pick. Read
the screen and do the thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't tell them which items they picked. Or what they banned.
I know.
So each runner can pick an item to start with, and both runners will start with that item. You can also veto items to prevent the other person from picking that item. So username vetoed Speed Booster, Sunwoo vetoed High Jump, then Sunwoo picked Morph, and username picked Spring. So the speed veto, I don't know if username is hoping for a speed lock later, or if she just feels like Sunwoo has better speed booster tech. Sunwoo vetoing High Jump makes me think he either wants like a gravity or just doesn't want to deal with underwater wall jumps, and then picking Spring Ball. No, Sunwoo picked Morph, which just means you don't have to worry about dealing with Morph early, because that could sometimes be a pain. And then username picking Spring Ball to me makes me think she's hoping for some underwater movement. Both runners finding Varia early, which is very convenient after the last seed that we had, where we didn't get it till the very end of the seed. Ooh, unfortunate for Sunwoo. Trying to kill that hopper, but missed a couple shots. Is this can't be our logical first supers, right? This can't be it. There's no way.
I don't think so. Then again, everything they're doing is out of logic so far, so.
Yeah.
And let me just explain why. Let me explain why words that this is all out of logic. Oh no, excuse me, Varia isn't out of logic. Metroid room. Right. All the Metroid rooms are out of logic right now. And the reason why, in hard tricky, or at least in hard logic, what you need to complete those rooms to make them logical are Ice Beam or Screw Attack. To logically get through those rooms.
Yep, because you're not really expected to dodge the Metroids, or at least not all of them. I do think there is some room for them to be in logic if you have enough health or suits to reduce the damage enough so that you can get through. Screw Attack, on the other hand, does put Metroid rooms in logic, because the Metroids will just kind of bounce off of your Screw Attack. So that, I didn't see the path to get here, but if they can get that, if they could have gotten that before doing Metroid rooms, that would put everything in logic. But yeah, I do know, like, for instance, I think Metroid Room 4 is one of the harder ones to get through without dodging, or while dodging Metroids. But I think, like, double suit and one tank puts that in logic and hard. So, like, it's... I don't know what the numbers are, but there is a certain threshold with, like, Varia and health that could have put those in logic. But at the time they went through, it definitely wasn't. Sunwoo having some troubles trying to get up to the top left of Bubble Mountain here. Bomb jumps are the logical method to get up, but they are quite possibly the slowest method of getting up to any part of Bubble Mountain. One, because bomb jumps are just slow, and two, because these waivers are harassing you the whole way. And if you get bumped once by them, it's very hard, if not impossible, to recover. But he gets up, back through Metroid Room again. Once again, without Screw Attack, so this is not in logic. Username finding Plasma Spark Room. Looks like she has the map already, so she's probably got a plan for where she's going with this. Pillar Room here. Right, okay, so there's two mages over there. She should be able to get both. Yeah, Varia and Screw Attack are very good for getting through this room. Because you need to clear these pillars quickly, and you're going to be taking heat damage if you don't have Varia here, so... This combination is very nice. Probably one of the better ways of getting through this room. Because otherwise you take a lot of acid damage if you're too slow. Spazer for our first major. I wonder, will it be Plasma next? It's very common for Spazer and Plasma to be placed on the same step. It's charge, okay. That's a good thing to find. Yeah, username not picking up that Spazer on the way in because she would have had to reload the room to get back across. So this way she gets to just do it in one trip. She probably will pick up Spazer on this route here. And there it is, nice quick drop. And crumble jump, nice. Normally you have to use bombs or power bombs to get out from that little alcove there, but if you're quick with it, you can get out, one, more quickly, and two, without burning that resource of the extra power bomb. Sunwoo, once again, going for Wasteland. He is going for those supers again, which I feel like... Oh, right, because it's first supers. Yeah, the seed definitely expects you to get Screw Attack for this first before coming in here. Yeah, this is really an awkward spot. Makes it through. Oh, is that why it's a Hermit Cookie WX? Because you want to eat it in silence, alone, away from me.
I've been discovered!
I saw you say hi, chat. I'm like, what is he doing?
Listen, sometimes you just have to play into bits. I also, just for what it's worth, in all seriousness, really was enjoying listening to you break stuff down. So I didn't want to interrupt. In all seriousness, I was enjoying listening to you breaking stuff down.
I appreciate that.
But I also
this is bordering on too much flattery, though. Can you, if you would convert your compliments to insults for the rest of the stream, that'd be great.
Sure. Get wrecked down to the coal bracket. You'd be the only one down there. That was the first thing I could think of. What was worth lower than copper?
Spood Beaster, yes.
In the words of Brayathorn, Speed Booster has been acquired. I just don't have his voice gimmick changer thingies.
Hang on. Speed Booster has been acquired.
That literally sounded like something I would hear from like Metroid Prime 2 or Metroid Prime 3.
Nice.
What the heck? What the heck?
It literally just reverb.
Oh my god.
Just reverb.
That's great. I love it. Brayathorn, who's getting back from vacation today, by the way. I know people have been loving the Brayathorn comms.
Mm-hmm. He's great.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Sunwoo, you're standing on nothing. How does this work?
Oh, this is fantastic. Wall radium
Plastic bracket.
Ah! Anyway.
Yo. Username going for a super short charge. She doesn't need to do this because she has power bombs, but she only has one power bomb, so that saves some resources. Save some farming for later, most likely. Not picking up that tank. Okay, never mind. She's picking up the tank. Yeah, you definitely want health in this early game. Although with Varia early, it becomes much more viable to skip health tanks because you don't really need more than 3 for the entire seed, and you can do almost anything without them until Mother Brain. So yeah, I wouldn't have hated the decision to skip that tank, but going for it is probably the better call.
Anthony giving me more you know what, says WX made the main hall look so much harder yesterday. Thanks, Anthony. What is this main hall you speak of?
The lower Norfair elevator, the bottom.
Oh.
The long hallway? Yeah. That is a tough room.
You know what, Anthony? When that's what we're forced to do, you know what? That room was horrible early on. Just go back and watch the VOD. It was not pleasant.
Yeah, main hall has been one of my nemesises for a while. It's a very tough room, especially without space jump, because the vanilla game kind of expects you to have space jump before coming down to lower Norfair. No, it definitely expects it for Lava Dive. So like, it turns it from something that's like kind of trivial in the vanilla game into something where it's like, wait, I have a bunch of one-tile platforms I have to jump across, and if I miss one, I'm eating like 2 tanks of acid damage.
I'll give a little bit of a spoiler. We only had one E-tank in that room early on in that scene with Varia.
Yeah, it's tough.
No space, no speed, nothing.
Yep. A grapple beam for username, that's good, because we're still pretty limited on underwater movement. We have spring ball, we don't have high jump, we don't have ice, and obviously no gravity. So that grapple could be a really good find here. Sunwoo bomb jumping for this, what he doesn't know is a reserve tank, so he's going to be very sad here in a minute. Because he is at 14 health, and he would like some more, please. It's been about 5 minutes since I've gotten any health. I would like some more, please.
I was hoping that's where you were going. Excuse me. It's been about 5 minutes since the last time that I got attention. I would like some more, please.
What can I say?
You said that as my wife sent me a photo of the 2 dogs that we're dog sitting right now, of them just laying on the couch with her, and you said that, and that was what my mind first thought of. Was that
Nice.
TikTok bit. So
I have
was
to
great.
admit, I love my cute dog short videos on social media. That is one of the best things to ever happen to social media.
Over the cat videos. Dun dun
Yes.
dun.
Dogs are better. Dogs are better than cats.
I am team animals.
I'm not gonna
but
hate on cats, but dogs are better.
Yep, I agree. I mean, if I had to pick between dogs and cats, to watch me being team animals, I am team dogs all the way.
Hmm.
And there is Sunwoo's speed booster.
Yeah. Or Spood Beaster in his, quite literally in his case, because he's going backwards, you know.
Booster speed in his case, apparently.
Yeah.
Booster speed, you must. This map is really weird. The only areas we've seen so far are Bryn and Torian. These are just really rude.
Very different from last seed, where we saw every region early on and didn't know where progression was. Oh.
I see a fellow hashtag Team Dunks fan in the chat. What's up, Simplify? Username is literally trying to think of where to go.
Yeah. I'm a little concerned here. You don't know why she would just be standing there.
There's nothing on the race time room.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Feels
still
like
racing.
something IRL might have happened. Well?
We hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
But Sunwoo still has
Okay,
a lot
she's
of
back to
catching
it.
up to do.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
Well, whatever that
maybe,
was.
Maybe
she's back
she
to
had to go
gameplay.
watch a puppy video on the social media gimmick.
Yeah. Maybe she had an
Yes.
IRL puppy to watch. It was doing something too adorable to
Puppies.
ignore.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's right. Team Dunks, let's go.
She could have also been looking up something on the logic page. I don't know.
That's also very, very
yeah.
true.
Mm-hmm. Because like sometimes you like, wait, can I do this thing? And like it is totally acceptable to go to maprando.com during a race and look at the logic page and see what tricks are in logic and even look
Absolutely.
up tutorials on how to do them. As long as you're not like
Absolutely.
looking up information on the seed you're currently playing, that is totally acceptable.
Absolutely. That's what the logic page is there for.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really see it a lot, in races, but
Yeah.
if you need to, it's
Yeah.
there as a resource. There's nothing in the
Mhm.
rules barring you from not looking at the logic page during a race.
Yep. Yeah, because the drop tables or something too. Yeah, that could be. Actually, yeah. It's like because she was out of power bombs. Looks like she went back to Wasteland and got some from the hoppers because I think those have a decent power bomb drop rate. But yeah, the one problem of like looking at the logic page is it tends to be slow because you're stopping your gameplay to go look something up, which feels bad in a race because it would be better if you could just know that stuff without having to go look it up. But if you're in a scenario where it's like either look something up or just move on and like not try something that could save you a lot of time, looking it up is better. And sometimes it's hard to make that call. Sometimes it just feels really bad and you bang your head against a trick for 20 minutes when you could have just looked it up and been done with it in 5. So, yeah. Okay, username finding her way to criteria. Ooh, we got Crade.
Crade.
Our first objective.
This right from Sunwoo. I thought he was going to the right.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Nice Crade.
I had the same thought. Very, very quick kill. No Kraid toes yet this seed. No DLC. But yeah, that's always a good feeling when you're in a race, when you enter a new area and immediately find a boss. Because that's like one of the toughest like decision trees when you're in a randomizer. It's just like, okay, I could go Criteria, or I could go Bryn, or I could go Torian. Which one do I go for? And
we
like,
finally get some divergence here as well.
Yeah. But like, if you go into an area and there's just nothing there, that's just straight time loss. So like, if you went to Criteria, you got nothing valuable out of it, and your opponent just happened to skip Criteria, you're just down all that time that you spent in Criteria. Whereas
You know what
in this
also
scenario,
is a good idea?
what?
Following these racers on their Twitch pages with exclamation point R the Twitch chat.
Indeed.
You literally set me up for it. I was just waiting for you to finish.
Yeah.
Follow the commentary and tracking team as well. And of course, follow along with the tournament with exclamation point SM map 26 in the Twitch chat. That takes care of the housekeeping. And now again, this is all about Bryn versus Criteria at the moment. Nice shine spark from username. I don't think getting up that missile tank is logical. No high jump to get there. But is able to get through this door.
On username side, we do know that Criteria will be required, so already that's very likely to be good for her. Ooh, Ridley.
We got Ridley, we got a major, we got a lot of the minor stuff.
That's some interesting decisions for username, because this Ridley is killable. We have Varia, we have Charge, we have Spazer. That is a 150 shot Ridley, minus any ammo that you might have. So we're looking at like 75 shots right now. So
chat words of swearing again. He wants the racers to go do a 150 shot Ridley fight.
Huh?
He wants the racers to do
I was unaware that was swearing.
I mean, you wash your mouth, you wash it out with soap.
It's only 75
90
shots.
90 damage Ridley fight! Are you kidding me?
Uh-huh. Yep.
No. I would look at Ridley and say, slam yourself into that wall, and then blow up.
But all I'm saying is, this is a tough spot for username, because you hate to leave the area with Ridley alive, knowing you have to come back, but you also hate to do the boss fight.
Do you really want to spend 5 minutes doing a 150 shot Ridley fight?
Hey, WX.
Yes.
Weren't you the one who once said, in response to Sunwoo saying that a Kraid fight was slow, who cares?
You have a way to beat the boss, and it was early. Also, in my defense,
you have a way to beat the boss.
It's Ridley! You have 1 + 1!
I'm just saying it's possible.
Please seek some help!
I'm just saying it's possible. All I'm doing is pointing out that this is a difficult decision for username. That supers helps a lot. So that brings us down to like 55 shots, I think.
I said that in terms of
50 shots?
could have been holding progression. Ridley isn't holding progression. Ridley is just an objective. So I think I
So Ridley is progression.
I think I got that a bit on my monitor. Anyway, well, username does have 15 supers now. Denver, please.
Yep.
That's already been clipped and taken out of context in the clips and highlights page of the Discord.
Yep. Okay, we got an item here. We can peek. Missiles. Okay, she's probably not going to bother with that.
I've said this before, but if you are listening to me, that means I have you engaged and entertained. and it means you're paying attention to what we're talking about. So that
That is
I get
pancakes and
attention.
cookies.
Well, besides that, now we can actually like get into like what they're doing. Sunwoo decided to make this play for Brinstar. It's really not paying off for him right now. At all. He's currently shoved into a gate glitch. And username is it found Big Pink, which is big. No pun intended, but I got a funny feeling this is gonna be all missiles. Like,
Even
this
if it's
seed
all
is
missiles, that helps though.
I agree, because you
Yeah.
will take that 150 shot Ridley fight and make it 125.
Nah,
Oh,
we're already down to like 25 shots now. This is a very doable Ridley. With that super pack we just found. But yeah, every missile you find is like almost a full charge shot that you're saving. Or no, that's 5. That's like 4 charge shots for 1 missile pack. So like that is like huge at this point with this beam combo. Username
So,
deciding it's not worth
GT.
fighting GT for that 1X. I respect it.
I would like to let all of you know that Words here would already have done that 150 shot Ridley fight. Words would
Not
have taken
necessarily.
these Words would have taken these amazing 20 supers and gone back to fight Ridley with 1+1. Just to prove a point.
I would get the map first, probably. Maybe a save station. But yeah, I would definitely go back for this Ridley on this equipment. I would not be scared of this Ridley.
Sunwoo is moonwalking, moon dancing across main hall.
This is more like melee moonwalking than Super Metroid moonwalking, to be honest. You ever seen moonwalking in Super
Wow.
Smash Bros. Melee?
Even chat's calling out Words. Walranium says Words would have unequipped Spazer to make it more fair for Ridley.
I mean, you probably can just ammo kill this Ridley at this point with 5 power bombs. That's like, you might need like 5 shots at this point.
I love it. I love it. Mother Brain has been found.
Yay. Okay, now that Mother Brain does change things. Because that means if you go down past Ridley, you're doing Ridley on the way back to Mother Brain regardless. So at that point, I might actually just skip Ridley, because if I have more equipment later, it'll be faster.
I also agree. Skipping Ridley's a wonderful idea. That's why both Divine and I vetoed him in random objectives.
You both vetoed? That's a waste of a veto.
No. Neither of us wanted to do Ridley, so I knew one of us was going to veto Ridley. It was wonderful. We never had to fight Ridley.
And then you rolled GT, right?
Nope. It was... I vetoed Dragon. Divine vetoed Ridley. I picked Spore Spawn for the fans. Divine picked Bowling.
Nice. For the fans.
Oh, I absolutely picked Post Bow for the fans.
No, I'm saying bowling was. I'm saying bowling was also for the fans.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you could ask Divine about that, but I'm sure it was.
Yeah, Super Fusion. I don't see what your problem is with Sunwoo Samus. This is a totally normal Samus and a totally normal Super Metroid game to
my
play
entire
through.
tilt early about Sunwoo Sprite. Should we just have Thriller playing in the background?
Why?
The Michael Jackson Moonwalk?
Oh yeah.
Have a Michael Jackson song playing in the background? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Ooh, Criteria. Another interesting play. We know username came across this a little earlier, which allowed you to get into Kraid.
Yep. So we still need to locate Phantoon and Dragon, right? I don't think we've seen either of those.
Phantoon and Dragon is factually correct.
No quick kill from Sunwoo, unfortunately.
No quick kill, which means Kraid's gonna fling his toenails and fingernails at Sunwoo Samus.
DLC, let's go!
Ha! Sandwich shot the wrong way. Sunwoo shot the wrong way. That's what you get, Sunwoo, for using a backward sprite.
That's a little too funny.
Troll woo.
We're gonna have to ask if that's why he did that. If he actually just confused
Somebody
himself
write
with
that down and make sure we ask that during the post-game interview. Yes, clip that too.
Actual real-time time loss from the sprite.
Sunwoo and I are good friends, so I have to give him a little bit of crap. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep, so sunwufarmer, just retracing the steps of what username already did earlier. He's going to discover Ridley here in a little bit. We'll see what he decides to do after getting that information. Meanwhile, username is going to be getting this major here in double chamber. See if it's something good. High jump, that is really good, actually. So both these runners, I'm pretty sure, are more than proficient at things like double spring ball jump. So they have access to pretty much every water room in the game. I think the only couple that might give them trouble is like East Cack Alley.
They actually clipped it. They actually clipped it.
Nice.
Oh, that's funny. Darkness clipped it.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right. Ooh, okay. There's 3 majors up here, so yeah, username gonna be eating good here in a minute. So 3 majors left, or 3 majors we've seen. The ones left are Ice, Wave, Plasma, Varia, and Space Jump. So 3 of those 5 majors we're gonna find here.
With saying the word eats.
What?
Chat, what's for dinner?
Oh no! What have I done?
You said eat, and there we go! Pancakes, which means breakfast for dinner for username.
All according to Cake.
I probably should have told my wife I got cake for us for dessert after our chat this week. Not bad. Best beam acquired!
Ooh.
Where my plasma fans stand up. Oh, hello! Ice and plasma!
This is quite literally best case scenario for username with those 3 majors.
That's
Ice gives you a guaranteed Zeb skip. Plasma gives you super good damage for Ridley and other bosses. And Gravity lets you zoom. Space Jump would also have been nice because that gives you better movement, but I think Plasma, Ice are still better options here.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
So username is very well in go mode. She only needs 1 more tank of health to be able to survive Rainbow Beam, but we have plenty of time to pick that up anywhere.
Yeah, plenty of time, chat. Since we have plenty of time, what's everyone having for dinner? I had Chinese food. Delicious.
I'm boring. I'm probably just gonna have a peanut butter sandwich.
We're just gonna have filet and lobster. Got it.
Sure.
I mean, I heard chat was gonna pay for it for you, so.
Yeah. Well, I also live in Oklahoma, so I have a tendency to not trust much seafood from around here.
Fair. I guess this is one of the perks of living and growing up in New England.
Yeah.
Spoiled with seafood. Fun
Also,
fact,
welcome Speed Waves.
I've done deep sea fishing before and I've caught haddock, cod, red snapper, taken them home.
Nice.
So good.
Very nice. Also, welcome Raiders from SpeedGaming. You're joining us in the middle of Game 2 of Username versus sunwufarmer. Currently, Username has a decent lead. She's found all the bosses and a good number of majors, just a few minutes ahead of Sunwoo. So it's looking good if you're hoping for a Game 3, which you should be, because we love Game 3s here at SpeedGaming.
I'm waiting for when Words breaks out one of his guitars and sings a song.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that if you tune into my own Twitch channel. I just don't like to, you know,
You
to
need to
bring that
follow
into the
Words,
commentary
by the way.
booth.
You need to follow Words, by the way. Words is a good follow. Go follow Words. Do the
No,
thing. Exclamation point C. Go follow Words.
No, you go follow WXFan21.
I mean, if you want to hear more yelling about, you know, Counter-Strike and whatnot, sure, come follow me. I actually might do a, no, not a formal speed run, but I want to try seeing how fast I can get through a Zoid's Legacy run. I'd love to see that game randomized.
Also, while we were talking, very nice Ridley from username.
See,
With
Ridley
only
put
2
himself
tanks
up.
of health and keeping half of that.
Do you think Ridley's team dog or team cat?
I think Ridley is team kill everything.
You're probably right. Wanderer, I'm just saying, we made the Super Bowl during a rebuild. You're welcome. Don't hate us because you ain't us and kiss the 6 rings. 10 Super Bowl appearances, by the way. At least in, you know, the last century. Oh, excuse me, quarter of a century. So, 26 years, 10 Super Bowl appearances, you're welcome. 1/6 of them. I think I insulted Words by my Patriots fandom, and I don't care.
Yeah, never been a big fan of the Patriots.
It's fine. I did say whoever came out of the NFC Championship game was going to win the Super Bowl. So, congratulations to the Seahawks. They were, in fact, the better team.
Yeah, I haven't really followed NFL since like 2015. I followed them a lot back in the day, and then I went to college, and then just didn't feel like bothering with broadcast or cable TV, so I just didn't, and then just haven't really watched sports since then. Why would I need sports when I have twitch.tv/speedgaming and all of this amazing video game tournament racing content?
Stuck up, what? I had the Rams winning the Super Bowl, but I will have on my Twitch channel, and I'm going to try posting on YouTube too. I'm a fantasy football analyst as well, in addition to being a broadcaster. I'm going to have, for my 3rd year in a row, maybe 4th, NFL draft content.
Nice. Meanwhile, chat pointing out that username has found the Fantoon save here in Brinstar, so that's one more boss we know the location of. So Dragon is the only one we're not sure about. Ooh, that was cheeky. I like it. Username doing a quick little speedball to fall through the speed blocks on the right side of that escape room.
Well, Radiant would like to ask you Words. What about having speed gaming and sports on at the same time?
What about having multiple speed gamings at the same time?
Ah, touche. What do you say to that, Walranium? Oh, Divine got memed. That was not the intention at all. I mean, Nevd Morph I get. Jax Morph I get. But really? Divine Bowling? Really? Walranium says multiple speed gaming and sports, both of you at the same time?
I don't know, that just seems like a...
Welcome to Speed Gaming Red Zone!
3 speed gaming is 4 football games? That's a lot.
I would have fun on commentary if I was doing a Speed Gaming Red Zone. That would be fun.
Okay, so I think the last hope for Sunwoo here, if things continue as they are, is for Dragon to not be here and to be somewhere very obscure, and for Sunwoo to go there first.
Like where? Oh,
I don't know.
Wreck Ship's the only other thing I think we haven't seen yet.
Could be Wreck Ship. Which, if it's just Wreck Ship, then yeah, that's still bad for Sunwoo because username will just know.
I don't know if I fully agree with this, Sunwoo. Again, Sunwoo was already here. But now he's got gravity. There's Wade.
Yeah? That's interesting. I mean, this is the zone he needs to be in, right? Because Phantoon is in Bryn. Did he potentially... No, he probably didn't spot the save, so he wouldn't know for certain that Phantoon is here. Because, like, this would be the way back into it, I think. To go straight from Ridley to this. Or is he... Oh, was he, like, scrounging for extra equipment for Ridley? That might have been it. Maybe a farm. Because he doesn't have the best health right now, and he's right next to Ridley. So that's probably what he was doing.
Words, hang on a second. We need to go to the Octobox. As we have 8 map rando games ready to kick off in the 1 o'clock hour. Shout out to Scott Hansen.
Neat.
Words has apparently never watched Red Zone.
No, I have not.
Well worth the $10 a month I pay during the NFL season.
Nice. You think my parents paid for TV when I was growing up? Nah.
And now, everyone on our tour bus, if you look to your left, you will see a Samus, a backwoods Samus, fighting a giant space pelican. Watch as the backwoods Samus hopes to not fire the wrong way, because they've already done that once already this tour.
Most parents say they have eyes in the back of their head. Sunwoo Samus has a gun in the back of her head.
Once again, you can see how the space pelican is getting madder and madder and more enraged as he changes colors as Samus continues to shoot into Ridley's face.
I think this Ridley is dead, but he's being a troll. Okay, he's safe.
Oh, that was really bad.
Yep. Intentional health bomb, clearly.
Sunwoo knew what he was doing the whole time. Trust?
Yeah. All according to Cake.
All according to Cake?
Yeah.
Cake. All right, chat. Favorite cake? Go. Now, I'm saying cake in general. So, any type of cake. It could be ice cream cake, carrot cake, chocolate cake.
Yeah, I used to say, like, red velvet, because red velvet's cool and all, but, you know, the more... I don't know. The more I've had cake and, like, the different types, the more I'm just like, you know, it's hard to beat a multi-layer chocolate cake, where it's got, like, the yellow cake with black frosting, where it's got, like, 13 layers or something. It's really hard to beat that, honestly.
I love a good chocolate cake, but I also really love a good checkerboard cake with chocolate and vanilla.
Yeah, not bad.
Crab cakes, carrot. I love carrot cake. It's not my favorite. I'll have it every once in a while. My wife, not a fan of carrot cake. I remember she said carrots should not be part of a cake. Vegetables should not be in a cake. And she's not wrong. But carrot cake is delicious.
Yeah, no, like, I think I've only had it, like, once or twice, but I think I do like carrot cake. But other, like, vegetable, I'm probably going to catch flack for this, but, like, fruit in desserts, to me, just doesn't ever taste right.
But like, again, like, you're probably not the only one that's ever said that, either.
Yeah.
Now, this is username's first time in Meridia. So
I think this is where Dragon is. Yeah. You had to go through Wreck Ship to get to Meridia. So this is looking pretty linear, which once again is pretty bad for Sunwoo here. But pretty good for a game 3.
Yeah. I mean, my wife just doesn't like carrot cake in general, which again, fine. Everyone has their own. I'm not the biggest fan of hot and spicy. I don't mind tart, but I'm like not the biggest tart fan. So, I mean, like, everyone has their own taste buds for this. I do think red velvet's a little underrated as a cake, too.
Yeah. Red velvet's a really good cake.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, we appreciate... I've been reading your stuff, chat. Tiramisu is not a cake. Tiramisu is a wonderful, elevated dessert. But I wouldn't consider tiramisu a traditional cake. Speaking of which, now that we keep talking about cake, my birthday is next week.
Ooh.
Now I gotta
Happy incoming birthday.
Thank you. I gotta figure out what I want for cake. Might go with a checkerboard cake from a local supermarket.
No, I was saying fruit and desserts aren't very good. Generally, fruit and baking, I feel like, don't go great together, but you know what does go really great in a baked thing?
Apple pie.
No. Banana bread. Love me some banana bread.
I love banana bread. I love banana. Banana bread is good any time of the day. Mm-hmm. You could do straight banana bread. You could do banana bread with nuts. You can do banana bread with chocolate on it. You could do banana bread with just so many different ways. Banana bread is absolutely delicious. Especially if you bake it yourself and you just have a bunch of leftover bananas that have browned.
Yep.
Banana bread.
Banana bread wins.
Banana bread is delicious. Thank you, Uncle Ira. I appreciate that. No spoilers for the peoples. Alright, so remember we saw words use Sunwoo come in here earlier into Meridia? Couldn't really do much. So this seems like a little bit of a repeat of what we saw from the racers over in game number 1, where it was like they were starting to, like, one person did one thing and then the other one got there later, and then the player that got there first had to then backtrack a little bit. So we're seeing the same thing again here towards this mid and late game. They're starting to cross paths, but we have seen a linearity. You had to go through criteria. You had to beat Craig. You had to beat Ridley. We know where Fantoon is, but no one's been able to find Dragon yet.
Right.
And if Dragon is here in Meridia, I haven't seen it on the map. I didn't get a chance to go look at the map.
Yeah, I think
there and there is Dragon.
Yep. Yeah,
so check
again, like,
enjoying this best of 3. We want to see some stuff from you in the chat. So put some thumbs up, hype, whatever fun emote. We are having a great best of 3 here between these two racers. Winner advances to top 16 in the gold bracket, and will be advancing to round number 5 in the lower bracket of the gold bracket. Loser is sent to the silver bracket.
Get your salutes in chat for that Fantoon who saw about 7 seconds of screen time. Meanwhile, we're gonna see a Dragon that has roughly the same fate.
Apparently, no one's enjoying this race, which is all I'm saying. I asked for thumbs up, hype emotes, whatever positive emote they want to describe how much everyone's enjoying this best of 3. And
No, you don't get it.
They're just so far.
They're just so enthralled with the race that they can't pull their eyes away for long enough to type anything in chat.
If you say so. I'm only giving you all a hard time. It's okay.
But yeah, I think,
again,
like, this race and last race,
I like fan engagement.
It's great. Yeah, this race and last race, I think, highlight, as you were saying, the kind of risk involved with one, going out of logic, or just going in a direction that you're not sure about. Because it's like, on the one hand, you could go do something in a certain area and find something really good, like Gravity Suit or Various Suit, and that could pay off and just win you the race. And then other times, you might go to that same area and find nothing of value, or find something that you'll have to come back for later, like Ridley or Bowling. And in that case, it can really, like, lose you the race because you're just having to follow the same path 2 or 3 times instead of someone who maybe found it later and only had to do it once. And I think that's kind of been the difference maker in both of these first 2 games. Just routing decisions that paid off in one case and not so much in the other.
It happens. It happens indeed. Now, I just want to say, for all you Legends of the Hidden Temple out there, you're going to get these references. Username has dominated through the moat, dominated the Steps of Knowledge, and has earned 2 pieces of temple pendants. And now will be the first one to enter Old Mech's temple. Sunwoo struggled a little bit on the moat, recovered on the Steps of Knowledge, and now has got a pendant and a half through the temple games. We'll need to find another half a pendant in Old Mech's temple, but still has to finish the Dragon kill in the temple games.
The way you say the name of that temple, I can't help but picture a big robot with an old gray beard. Old Mech.
Sorry. Leave that Bostonian accent for you. Anyway. Old Mech's temple. And I mean the good temple. The one where you have to run up and Old Mech has to lower the gate. No disrespect to the other one. Anyway.
Yeah, I play a lot of Star Fox, so we talk about mechs a lot because there's a lot of enemies in there that
Star Fox
it's just a mech.
I haven't played it in many years. I've been seeing you stream that.
It's a fantastic game.
It's definitely interesting. I haven't played it in years, but I always enjoyed the different paths and finding the secrets and
the replayability of that game is top notch, in my opinion.
It's great. Again, I haven't played it in ages. I know one of the hard routes where you had to face the other 4, whatever you want to call them. I forget what they're called.
Team Starwolf. The Wolfen.
That was, I remember that one being tough. In the hard route. And I know there were a lot of secrets with that game too, so. Anyway. Back to Super Metroid. His username is going through the temple. Hasn't come across any temple guards yet. Which one of these 2 are gonna win the trip to Space Camp first? The Space Camp even still a thing?
Was it ever a real thing? I feel like
mean,
that's something I only ever saw in like movies.
Those 90s game shows, it's like a thing.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like it's not a thing anymore. To me, it was something I only ever saw in movies, so I'm just like, is this real, or is this just made up for the sake of the movie?
We got a confirmation. Somebody did go to Space Camp as a kid.
Yo, nice.
Oh, you go to the Kennedy Space Center or whatnot in Florida. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. I would have loved Space Camp as a kid.
I loved 90s Nickelodeon. Nick Arcade, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Guts, Global Guts. Oh, there was so many good game shows.
All right, we're getting to Mother Brain.
Why?
So, chat, do you know what time it is?
Time to go take a nap!
What? No, we got a game 3. I can't have you go taking a nap on me.
Time to get cookies?
Metaphorical cookies, sure. As long as someone in chat guesses the correct timer for the escape. I don't remember where ship was. I have no clue.
Over there. Somewhere.
Somewhere.
That's awesome.
Norfair. Okay, so Mother Brain is also in Norfair. So it's similar to last seed. Ship is in the same zone as Mother Brain.
Get them guesses in.
I'm gonna go 45 on this one.
I'm gonna go back to a minute 5. I don't think the ship is that close. We get a lot of 45s, 50s, and 55s and 40s in chat. Yeah, more like 40 seconds. Look at that. It's like literally up left and then straight across.
Yep.
I'm still sticking with
It's roughly the same distance as the crow flies on the map, but the path seems a lot more straightforward than it was last seed.
All right. Username has grabbed the item. All the doors are open. Can Username win the trip to Space Camp?
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
000 me. Or just 0 me, because 0 times 0 is 0.
Mark wins a metaphorical cookie as well.
Nice. Nice,
So
nice.
Mark
Congratulations.
And Double O. Congratulations. You all win a metaphorical cookie. This is a somewhat tight escape, all things considered, for 30 seconds.
Yeah. You're used to seeing these runners with, like, at least 10 seconds left of the ship, but yeah.
That's
with it being that close, there's less leeway.
GG's.
All right. So, for game
Cat
3.
Daddy says turn it up 400%. You got it, Cat Daddy.
Neat. Yeah, for game 3, we have our season 3 multi-category tournament game modes to choose from. And from those, our runners have chosen Varia plus Movement. What this game mode does is essentially it simulates having both suits without giving you both suits. It gives you one of the suits, Varia suit, which protects you from all the heat, and then it gives you the combination of high jump, spring ball, ice beam, and grapple beam, which in the context of hard tricky logic gives you access through almost every water room in the game. So it's like having gravity, only slower.
Yes, Sunwoo using one of my favorite sprites. The
Sprite Sprite.
Go!
I do love me some Sprite can action.
Love this.
This
This was one of the first sprites I used when I tried Map Rando. Bum ba Victory music. Do 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 do.
Okay. Supers for Username and Morph for Sunwoo. So one of the interesting things about Varia plus Movement, or any of the categories that simulate having double suits, is because you have so much equipment already, you have access to the majority of the game, which can lead to some missteps and struggles early on. If you have the option to pick between like 12 doors and Morph Ball is behind only one of those doors, it can really give you some trouble trying to figure out where you're even supposed to go. Fortunately, both of our runners finding Morph Ball pretty quickly here, because Morph is like the big thing that really blocks a lot of your progress in the early game. So finding that quickly is pretty important. Username also finding super missiles and missiles, which Sunwoo doesn't have yet, and he sees a green door, so unfortunately he's gonna have to just turn around.
Womp, womp, womp,
Womp womp. But yeah, once we have Morph Ball, which both runners do have, and then we get like super missiles and power bombs, there won't be many places our runners can't go. So at that point, it's who knows what's gonna happen. We'll see.
bum, bum, ba, na, 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 na.
Alright, so I believe this was the direction Username went for her super missiles, so Sunwoo should be getting those shortly. Oh no. Username got to the end of that long trek that Sunwoo did, found the super door, and it was just a health refill at the end.
Yeah.
So hopefully Sunwoo chooses a different path when he goes, like, doesn't go all the way back, because that's gonna feel really bad for him to make that trek all the way back and it just be nothing. All right, so both runners finding a way to crab hole. Username going down, finding the save, and gonna check the other door. Sunwoo not taking the save, which could be problematic here, because he might just have to walk all the way back after discovering that this super door is nothing. Nice cross-room jump from Sunwoo. Making it up much faster than with the spring ball jump earlier. There's the super door. There's the Metroid room. And there's the health refill. Bombs at Bubble Mountain for username. That gives us a can fly. One of the other niche things that our runners couldn't already do is getting up like tall, really tall rooms that don't have wall jumps that you can do. So like
Wall jumps.
Indiana Jones, landing site, screw attack room. There's a few rooms like that where you need some sort of what we call a can fly for your ability to go vertically up. Oh. Username going to do the trick to get that item in beta power bombs, but she kind of needs power bombs to do so. Unfortunately, has to turn around.
Cookies.
Sunwoo has an unfair advantage for doing a can fly. Thank you.
I mean,
Every time I've heard the term can fly before, that's all I think of. It's like a
don't
can
you mean
with some house
username
flies or
has an
something.
unfair advantage for doing a can fly, considering
No,
username
because
has
Sunwoo has a
cost?
can.
Oh.
Sunwoo has a can.
Now I get it.
That can fly. Yeah.
Oh. Why does Bubble Mountain look deactivated?
I don't know. Why does Bubble Mountain?
Why does Bubble Mountain? I don't know. Ask Deer Force.
I'll do you one better. How does Bubble Mountain?
I'll do you one better. Why is Deer Force? I can't wait for Avengers Doomsday. And now they're talking about making Secret Wars into 2 movies, which I'm all for.
Nice. I have not kept up with Marvel since Endgame, really.
Fair.
I've seen a few of the shows, but have not kept up. Okay, Mickey Mouse in the top right door. Bubble Mountain. Not something
And now
our
Bubble
runners-
Mountain is raining. Can we please ban area tiling?
I don't think people would be very happy about that.
Whatever.
Namely Sunwoo. Or Andy. Or you.
I'm kidding. Let's go.
Area tiling is cool. I just find it disorienting.
You're
But you know, thanks, I guess.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But yeah, it's like area tiling is disorienting, which is a good argument against it. But also, isn't randomizer by its very nature supposed to be disorienting? You're literally taking a game you played before and saying, "Hey, everything is in a different place now." All right, username checking this Mickey Mouse item. This is another unique thing that Bombs does. It lets you break that block above the crumbles without breaking the whole line of blocks, so you can stand on it and jump back out. I believe with high jump, you can do a crumble jump to get out, but it's tricky and not in logic. So Bombs actually being our logical access to power bombs. So now username isn't going to have, there's not going to be many things left in the game that username can't do with this loadout now. Speed locks is the main thing to really look out for, and charge or ammo for boss fights. Is this? Oh, this is the criteria landing site soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
So there's music, but not music.
So
I mean, I think it's cool for how it was intended in the video game.
It's so thrilling. Bum 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 bum. Blue Samus Eaters.
Yeah.
And
there's
they
Charge
were
Beam,
guarding
as I
the
was
Charge
saying.
Beam.
All right, so we're essentially go mode at this point, in terms of equipment, but in terms of boss info, we have nothing. But it is possible to kill all the bosses right now. Ridley with Ice Charge only is not a good fight, but yeah. Technical go mode.
Go, 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 go.
Which is where the interesting stuff is going to happen, because Username has gotten to this point a bit quicker than Sunwoo. He's not far behind, but he is behind. But again, we haven't left Criteria, really, and the entire game is now opened up to us, which means there's a lot of room for decision making, a lot of room for branching, like diverging paths.
You tell him.
So it could vary, like this lead could disappear in an instant at this point, just from different decisions that our runners might make. Sunwoo collecting a lot of health. A lot of health! 5 tanks, that's crazy.
Not enough tanks if you ask me.
I mean, fair.
Arr, 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 arr.
Alright, so missile and missile in our Main Street items, so no reason to come back for those. Both of our runners in the same room. So, I mean, it's tempting to say Sunwoo's caught up here, but there's also the thing of information. I think Username's probably checked a few extra rooms that Sunwoo hasn't. So it's really hard to say what kind of situation we're in here. And we got some diverging paths. I think.
Chat would like keywords to do a Charge Ice Ridley fight, please.
Charge Ice Ridley? I could do it.
I mean, you wanted to do Charge Ice earlier, Mr. 150 shots.
Yeah. I mean, I would do it for a challenge.
Right,
in a race, I probably wouldn't do it.
Oh, no. You do it in a race. 3 times in a row.
With the loadout Username had before, I would absolutely do that. With this loadout, nah. 5 supers, Charge Ice only. That's 200 shots without supers.
But you have a way to kill the boss. You should be able to do it.
Hey, you're the one who said that first.
Because it was for progression, not an objective. I love it.
Alright, so we're gonna find his own Charge Beam now. Right, he didn't have Charge Beam before, that was the difference. Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, at this point, every super missile you find is good for our runners because it makes it that much more reasonable to do the boss fights. You could hunt for majors and look for beams, which I think would also be a valid strategy because there's only so many majors left. But there's no guarantee the majors will be like in the zones you're traversing through to find the bosses. So super missiles are just kind of always good at this point. Oh, wait. Sunwoo reverted some progress. I didn't see why. But he's re-grabbing all these tanks now.
Thanks. Go get your Charge Beam.
He reverted to go for charge. Gotcha. Yeah, it's the Symphony of the Night sprite. It's 15 supers for username.
No.
Halfway to Ridley ammo.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
What do you mean no?
I'm tired.
Hi, tired. I'm dad. Also, screw attack for Sunwoo and Parlor. Username does have the criteria map, so she'll probably be. Oh, she already got that. I'm dumb. I didn't see it on the tracker. I'm blind.
No.
Post map in wreck ship. Okay, we'll see if this pays off.
Sorry for the
Wreck
yawning.
ship.
I've been up and off since 5 o'clock. I've shoveled and snow blowed out 2 houses. So, yeah, I'm tired.
Nice. Wait, you blew snow out of the houses?
Yeah, we got snow up here in New England, and just my wife was gone. I got the joke. No, my wife had to get to work this morning, so I went up and helped her just get her car out, and then I took care of the rest of the house. And a couple hours later.
All right, wreck ship
What a
map
terrible wreck ship map.
has nothing but Brinstar access, but that Brinstar access could be something good, or it could be a wild goose chase. Who knows? Yeah, wreck ship is the smallest region in map rando. Not a tendency, it just is. So the way map rando generates seeds is the map is generated with regions predefined, like grouped together, like this is region, this is region, this is region, and then it goes through and labels those regions based on size. So when you see wreck ship, you know it will always have been the smallest region that was generated. So it's the least likely to have stuff in it. That doesn't mean it doesn't have anything in it. A lot of times it is common enough for it to have something good, but it is the smallest, so it is still the least likely. So it's pretty common to go into wreck ship and then just feel really bad because you wasted your time on nothing. But there is a Brinstar connector, so we don't know yet if there's something else valuable here.
Money.
But yeah, so it's like it's wreck ship into Brinstar or it's Norfair. It looks like the two paths out of criteria. Both runners taking wreck ship, surprisingly. Yeah, both runners following basically the same path. Username has just been a couple steps ahead of Sunwoo the whole way. Which I wouldn't blame it entirely on this, but definitely a part of that was literally just Username finding supers first and Sunwoo finding more first. And because of that, Sunwoo found a super door that he had to walk back for, and it ended up being nothing. And that just like put him a couple steps behind, and it's kind of that lead has stayed fairly similar ever since. Alright, username has made a way into Bryn with Thread the Needle and a save being the only thing on the other side. That feels kind of bad. That's not a very valuable save, unfortunately. Okay, we got Caterpillar Room. Tile set almost tricked me. I thought it was Green Bryn Shaft, but it is Caterpillar Room, which is normally red. Major in Alpha Power Bombs is Wave Beam. So that gives better beam damage, so Ridley is becoming more reasonable. They're very reasonable at this point. 25 supers plus Ice Wave is actually pretty good. That's only like 17 shots, I think. Yeah, that's a good point, Walranium. Could have just, like, it's not a great save, but it is a save near the entrance to your region. So if there's nothing here, you can revert and still have your 20 supers. Yeah, so Sunwoo skipping Thread the Needle, so made up a decent bit of ground there. Username's still in the lead, but not nearly as much as before. Yeah, both runners just kind of blinding all the doors here in Caterpillar Room without a clear path in the map. Just doing what you can, finding dead ends and having to go back. We get X-Ray Scope shortly before X-Ray Hall. Find Red Tower, which is now green, as opposed to Pillar Room, which is now red. Yeah, our runners are pretty neck and neck here. Again, username with a slight lead, but it's close enough to... Ooh, that's unfortunate for username. Falling down the crumbles. She can just ice clip back up, but that's a time loss you don't want to see. Oh,
Also very tough to do on Equip Wave Beam.
Yeah, I hate Wave Beam for this. This is
Thank you.
Like, this is a very frustrating. Oh, that's the wrong height too. It's too high for the clip without X-ray and too low for the clip with. That's really unfortunate.
Now we have everyone's...
Oh, did Sunwoo do literally the same thing?
Sunwoo came in from bottom right.
Oh, that's interesting. So
Sunwoo,
both runners...
turn off the wave beam!
Both runners doing the ice clip and both runners having to turn off wave beam. This is amazing.
Oh.
Username getting it without even needing X-ray. Sunwoo getting the higher positioning on the frog, so he could do the X-ray clip. This is, in fact, Fantoon. Connected to West Ocean. Go figure.
With a left-sided map door. I wonder what boss could possibly be here.
Except for when he's not. Yeah, no, like, I'm definitely on the Fantoon is almost always in West Ocean train, but feels bad when you lose your Game 3 bronze match because Fantoon was not in West Ocean when it looked like he would be.
Rude.
Very rude.
Oh, our friends over at Speedrunners Arena have raided. Welcome in, everybody.
Welcome.
I'm gonna give them a plug because I commentate over there because of what happened at this tournament, and I don't care. Speedrunners Arena is holding a Metroid tournament. It just started today.
Nice.
For the SM Rat settings, which are the very user-friendly beginner settings, where all you gotta know is wall jumps, infinite bomb jumps, and fully charged shine sparks. Basically, SM Rat logic is the full logic that the game shows you either during the game or during the opening sequence, when you just let it pass the main screen, and it shows you all the different things, like
nice.
the charged power bomb plasma. So they're having a Metroid tournament. There's Reem the Vulcan Nocturus. What's up, buddy? So, you know, we were speaking earlier about a Metroid tournament from Map Rando. They have one started over there for SM Rat, and they use the Varia randomizer, which is
very
pretty
nice.
cool. So I want to make sure we give them. So if you guys like, you guys and girls, and however you all identify, if you like more Super Metroid randomizer action, head on over and check out Speedrunners Arena. And again, I really love the idea of Metroid tournament boards. I'd be totally down for that in the next tournament. But again, it's, are we going to have enough mentors and mentees is going to be the biggest thing.
Right.
When we ran it for Metroid Prime 1, we had so many mentees, and mentors had a double or a triple up at least on multiple people, multiple mentees. So again, we want to be very respectful of obviously everyone's time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
But I think if you want a community where you have a lot of people who are ready and willing and capable of sharing and teaching people stuff about the video game,
Yep.
I think Super Metroid is one of the best out there for that. So I'm optimistic in being able to find the people to make it happen.
Oh, I think we can. Absolutely. Yeah. So, anyway. If you ever play this, you want me as your mentor? No, you do not want me. Did you not watch the race yesterday? I mean, I said this for the Metroid Prime 1 mentor stuff. I said that I'd love to be a mentor, but only based on logic. Executing the tricks is very different. But I feel pretty solid in logic.
Nice. Yeah, which I mean, I think that's a valuable thing to have in a mentor tournament setting. Like I did one for Metroid Prime 2, and it was like a lot of similar stuff like that, where you had some runners who are just like, yeah, I've won several tournaments, and I know a lot of tech, so I can really help you out. Other people are like, I'm not really good with the tricks, but I can help you learn the logic and what's useful to know with routing and things. And then other people are just like, I know tricks, I don't race, but I can teach you tricks. So it's like having a variety of different skill sets and abilities when it comes to coaching is great. But meanwhile, as we've been talking about this, our runners have been almost perfectly synced the entire way. They entered Fantoon at the same time. Username finished Fantoon just a little bit faster. And Sunwoo found speed just a little bit faster. We're in the same room currently. Like, this is as close as a race can get right now.
Actually correct. Well, they could be literally on top of each other, but that's besides the point. Now, this is interesting. Username doesn't want to do this. Username is going to go and peek these aqueduct items, most likely. So what Username is doing...
No.
Now, Username was trying to do a grapple jump, which is I believe it's been moved to expert logic from very hard, so it's not in logic. But Username is going to try setting up the aqueduct snail clip.
No, you can't do that without gravity. This is an X-ray climb.
You have
Username is X-ray climbing for these items.
Oh, oh my goodness. Well, talk about
this X-ray climb isn't that slow if you practiced it. It's not that bad. Nah, it's only expert.
Whatever you say.
Yes, I realize the irony of saying only and expert in the same sentence. Meanwhile, Sunwoo stumbling into Ridley and choosing to go for the fight. This is 25 supers is almost enough to kill Ridley on just ammo. But we do need 15 missiles worth of charge shots, which is maybe 10 shots at this point. Plenty of health for this. Various suits, so no heat damage. This is very doable, Ridley. Meanwhile, Username going to be X-ray climbing an aqueduct. We'll see if she finds any goodies up here or if it's just a couple missiles. We got one missile. Hopefully the other item is better than that. Ooh, Sunwoo missed one super, so it's going to be like 5 shots, I think, to make up for it.
Double missile, not worth it.
Very not worth it. That is unfortunate.
Ridley's down.
Yeah. We could see Sunwoo come back for that at some point later, but even if he does, he'll be getting those items much more quickly than Username did. Okay, the map is above Croc Speedway.
And now
Sunwoo just trying to suss out the path to get there.
Words
Hi, Kraid! Sorry, you were saying?
I was going to say, if you sit back and relax, you can listen to the dulcet tones of West Meridia.
Very dulcet
Crade is
tones
here.
in this crate room.
So no more dulcet. That's what I said before we found Crade.
I
And
swear, if
Crade's
Dragon
up.
is right behind this, that's crazy.
Hello, Crade. You flicking your toenails and just
We got DLC,
whatever
yay!
gimmicks in your toenails.
Alright, here comes Ridley for username. She's okay, she's
Dragon,
just going
please.
for it,
Please
not
be
gonna farm
Dragon.
for those
Please be
extra 2
Dragon. Please
seconds.
be Dragon. Oh. Nothing else here but the 2 bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Huge.
Yep.
Huge.
Oh.
Username is probably about 3.5 minutes, three and a half minutes behind.
Yeah. Feels about that.
So,
The quick kill
again,
will save some time here. If she gets it on Crade.
you know, Cat Daddy says you're pretty funny, though, so that more than makes up for it. WX. True. Again, like I said, I love talking shop. I love talking the game. But at the same time, if I have you engaged and entertained, it means you're paying attention. It means you're watching what we're talking about. That's all I'm saying. And in my opinion, you have to have a little fun. And I do love a lot of fan engagement. But there are just some games where I just don't pay attention to chat and I'm all about the game. So that's why if you've heard me commentate playoff games and whatnot, or quarterfinals, semis, grand finals, very different type. Here it's a lower bracket, we're having fun. I've got a co-commentator who's phenomenally talking about the logic and the tech and everything else. So I can be a little bit more the play-by-play funny guy, and Words is doing an outstanding job of explaining the tech. That again, I can explain some tech, but I can't sit there and explain a lot of the stuff and the logic like Words can. So it's a matter of finding the balance. Right, Words?
Right. Balance. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Alright, well, here we go. Sunwoo is now going to make his way doing some woos. I mean, UWJs.
Ooh, username missing the quick kill, so we're gonna see 2 DLCs in this race, in this game 3. Yeah, doing Crate immediately after Ridley can be kind of rough, because on Ridley you're just going to use all of your super missiles, so you're probably sitting at 2, 3, maybe 4. So like if you don't get that first try quick kill, you're gonna be in for a long fight.
I almost got it yesterday. I got 2 supers off. I had the missile in 2. I just didn't get the last 2 off in time.
Feels bad.
It's okay. Jack got the DLC.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice PB.
Yep, so-
That's the only. That's brutal. I mean, that's the 2nd power bomb pack, and we're 31 minutes in.
Hey, that's... I mean, I feel like our runners are happy about that. 'Cause
I
that means
agree.
they had
It's like-
25 supers.
Right, and it's not the first power bomb pack either.
Right.
I mean, we've seen how many seeds of this tournament where it's been very, very, very late PBs.
All right, so Sunwoo getting our Norfair map. Is Dragon here?
Where's the ship? There are the rest of the majors.
There's Dragon.
Oh my gosh, she's way over there. Oh, she's way over there.
That's a long way.
dude.
But
Oh, it's bad.
Sunwoo's
That's
closer than
so
username
far
is.
away. We found Mother Brain, yeah?
I think so?
Jack?
It's game 3, man. I can't remember.
I know, it's Seed League at this point. Slam's paying attention, our amazing tracker. Slam, you from Mother Brain yet? Please? Somebody? Anybody? We did? Okay, good. Where was Mother Brain? It's
Over
in
there.
Brain, okay. Did we find the ship yet?
Surely we found the ship.
I don't think we found the ship yet. I know we found the last couple. I don't think we found it on this one yet.
I mean, I think Torian is the only place we haven't visited. Have we found WX Fansanity? I'm not convinced it exists.
can't lose what you never had. Ahur! Listen, as someone that I know that's in my family has a great saying, life's too serious to be serious.
There.
It's a great saying. We don't know where the ship is. No one in chat's answer talking to us. It's gotta be... We haven't seen Criteria yet. We saw plenty of Criteria last scene. Oh no, we
started in Criteria.
We started in Criteria.
Yeah. We had go mode before we left Criteria in this seed.
Correct. So the ship is not seen according to our amazing tracker. But you know it is. We have 30 supers.
True.
Wall Radium says the ship is still up in Ceres. No way off the planet. Ship's in Jiffy Loop, says D-Rocky. I mean, I think the ship's at the BSL space station.
That's not even on the same solar system.
I don't know what you're
Wait,
talking
is it?
about.
No, it might actually be. SR388 might actually be in the same solar system as Ebis.
No, well, it is orbiting SR388, so...
Right. I think Zebus and Talon 4 are in the same solar system, but I can't remember about SR388.
Not sure. Can we all agree, though, that if you've played Metroid Prime 3, that Phase is the most beautiful-looking planet in the entire Metroid franchise?
I don't know, we only see it for about 5 minutes.
But just, it stands out as soon as you hit it. The blacks, the whites, the cyan blues. It just...
I legitimately cannot remember. I played that game like twice.
Yeah, I've only played it a couple times, and I just remember, like, landing and seeing all the pretty colors.
Yeah.
Pretty colors!
That game was very pretty. Yo, Sunwoo going for Nintendo Power Strats? Let's go.
I don't even know how you do this.
Like that.
Nicely done. Yeah, D-Rocky. Sunwoo's about 3.5 minutes ahead, though. Username is now starting to catch back up. They were synced up for a while. Username was out ahead at one point.
Literally, the X-ray climb. That's what did it.
Yeah.
There were 2 items in Aqueduct. Username's like, I can X-ray climb for these. I'll just go for it. Turned out to be 2 missiles, and Sunwoo never went back for it. Yep. If it had been Gravity, we'd be telling a different story right now.
Yeah, chat, Gravity.
Or Plasma, even.
Yeah.
Or Spazer, even. Would have been a faster Ridley fight. Not really.
Do I have to leave this Discord again?
What?
You take that Spazer out of here. Team Plasma Beam for the win.
Spazer would have been better than missiles, is all I'm saying.
You're not wrong.
Unless it was Spazer, then Plasma. Then Spazer means nothing.
Sunwoo currently executing a very tough double spring ball jump.
Mm-hmm. You say that like they're easy double spring ball jumps. They're not.
No, they are not. They are brutal. I've executed it once to get I think out of this room in a hard tricky scene. Not fun.
Yep.
Sunwoo taking out his frustrations on these bugs.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. He's just farming. So let's look at now Mother Brain to what's possibly and blind escape.
Okay, so here's the thing. Username is fighting Dragon. sunwufarmer is just outside.
Yep. Username has flown.
Yeah.
She's used her movement to catch on up. But again, Username's gonna have the same problem when this fight's over. Look at her ammo.
Yep.
1, and 7.
Yep. Okay, Sunwoo leaving with
Nicely
basically
done
full
from
ammo.
Username.
Nice. Much quicker Dragon kill. There is a cross-room jump you can do here. We'll see what username chooses to do. If you can first try the spring ball jump, I think it's faster in this case. Oh, are we getting the grapple jump? Let's go.
Grapple jump out.
No, no. She's using grapple for the farms. Okay, she's doing the crossroom jump. This one is definitely easier without high jump on. Billy Mays for some missiles.
There is not a lot of runway.
Yeah, you don't actually need runway to make this jump. It helps, definitely, but you can do this with literally a door frame.
Sunwoo! Is this the only way out is through GT?
Oh, that would explain the farm. That would explain the farm. Username also looks like she's gonna do some farming, turning off Ice Beam. Oh, wow, that's some big brain right there. Shooting the bugs in the ceiling. There are a couple bugs in the ceiling of this room, because in the vanilla game, this is right after you fight Spore Spawn and right after you acquire super missiles.
Yep.
So it gives you a super missile door and forces you to shoot it, which drop those bugs from the ceiling, which teaches you a mechanic that things that are crawling on walls will fall when you shoot a super missile at the wall.
Yeah.
So username remembering that and shooting those 2 bugs in the ceiling because she has wave beam to get a couple extra item drops to farm just a little bit faster. Big brain. All right, that's a completed farm for username. Yeah, looking at the map, GT is the only way out from Dragon.
That is so bad.
That's cruel. So once again, being out of super missiles after a boss fight, then we're gonna have to find somewhere else to farm.
Over there.
Yeah, over there. Over there.
All
you could
that
also
damn
do some
kid.
farming on GT itself.
Hey, Jacobs.
Which I don't know. This it's an interesting situation. Depends on. Usually the farming on GT isn't really worth it. But if you're in a pinch, it can be kind of nice. I think I've had one seed where I had GT into Ridley with no charge, so I had to farm on GT before killing it.
Yeah.
But it's probably faster just to not and find your super somewhere else. Nice.
Nice, fast GT kill. That's not what she wanted to say. You get 2 supers out of that. That's not good.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of PBs.
Mm-hmm.
But you really wanted to see at least a couple of supers there.
Yeah. So, username, just like Sunwoo, pausing to examine the map to figure out what route to take here. Those majors are probably kind of tempting at this point, just because there's only 3 majors left. So, those are 2 of Spades or Plasma Gravity. Also another super pack you could grab pretty quick here.
Sunwoo is going right to Mother Brain.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to he's going to blind escape.
This could get interesting.
Now, just keep this in mind. Torian's on the opposite side of Mother Brain. So if in fact the ship is in Torian, if you looked at the map, you have to go all the way left through Green Hill, back through West Ocean, to go all the way back to the front of the Mother Brain room. The right side of it was Torian.
Fun.
That's a Sunwoo. He's gonna go for that ammo station.
Ammo station is really good here. Fills you up completely in an instant instead of spending 60 seconds at a farm.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, however you identify, this is the end of the best of 3 between sunwufarmer and username. It is time for the escape timer guessing game. Get your guesses in the Twitch chat.
Ooh, we got some spicy numbers in the chat already.
This is This is going to be a blind escape. The ship has not been found. This is going to be a spicy escape and a very long escape. Get them guesses in the Twitch chat right now. I'm gonna go even spicier. 1 minute 55 seconds. I think the ship is very close to when we enter Torian.
You know, I don't think I've guessed over 3 minutes this entire tournament. I'll go 3:05, just for the heck of it.
I can see it. I can see it. Let's go.
So we're gonna shoot about 15 shots here on this mother brain, probably like 12, and then unload all the super missiles.
Bad couple patterns from mother brain right there. Very tight double onion ring. That was bad. And that should be it.
Ketchup?
Ketchup shot into a rainbow beam. All right.
That's it.
Let's see what the timer is going to be. Word says 3:05. I say 1:55. But I say 1:45.
Lock it in now.
It's been a long best of 3. 1:55. Let's go.
Okay.
Here we go. You don't have the map. There's no ship, Sunwoo. Minute 40. It's right beyond the Torian door.
All right. I see the one Azrael? Yeah. With 140. Congratulations. You win a metaphorical cookie.
Hooray! All right, chat.
I think it's Azrael. Looks like 2 L's.
Yep, Sun was caught. Nice. Good recovery. Through the Decora room. Now has to go all the way through Green Hill Zone. This is what I told you was a pretty long path. Now he's going to go from Green Hill back through West Ocean. Username onto the Mother Brain 1 fight.
Yep.
And is running out of energy. She cannot take another hit. And now she moves into Mother Brain 2, but sunwufarmer well on his way. All he has to do is execute a beautiful West Ocean climb, beautiful execution, and a nice fly through West Ocean. Now makes his way through the deboost hallway here, where all the frogs and bugs are. Nicely done. He's going on through. He needs to get back to Torian. We still have not seen that ship. Words, it could be anywhere right now. He's going to drop back down Red Tower and Username having a very nice Mother Brain fight. But again, just staving off a little bit of a problem there as well.
All right.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. We got 50 seconds in a dream.
Yeah, you cannot save during the escape.
This is literally coming down to the escape. If Sunwoo fails this and Username guesses correctly, Username could take this.
All right,
this is a scary escape.
Remote.
Looks like Sunwoo going for the safe play and heading toward the map. I like it.
Oh, it's the maze.
Okay.
This is an up door. It will not be after this.
No, but it could be another angle door. Again, he's going for the map, I believe.
Oh, it's Fofo.
This is bad. This is bad for Sunwoo. Oh, and that ship. That's it. That's it. He did it.
Sunwufarmer defeats Username 2 games to 1.
What a blind.
On what was a phenomenal. What a phenomenal
That was
blind,
crazy.
A phenomenal best of 3. And Sunwufarmer advances in the gold lower bracket to round number 5 and sends Username into the silver bracket. It'll be Sunwufarmer versus Tickles in round number 5. GG's to Sunwoo. GG's to Username. What a best of 3.
GG's. Username at this point knows Sunwoo's finished, but she's still gonna finish it out.
Why not? You're on the
just-
escape.
Yeah,
See if you
exactly.
can find it.
Exactly. Yeah, looks like the ship was on the way to the map, so
Yep,
she
and
should
she
find
did.
it just the same as Sunwoo.
She did. She found it on the escape. She's finished it in the race time room.
Whoa, spoilers. Rude.
Spoilers, sorry. I wanted to get them in here, but I also want to listen to the escape music.
Yeah.
Chat, can we get some hype and GGs in the chat for the racers? Claps, thumbs up. What an absolutely insane best of 3.
Wait, does the Spore Spawn door stay open on escape? No. Okay, it just took longer to
does.
close.
No, it does. It never shut.
It closed as she was on her way up, but that's
That
silly.
is fantastic.
Get your
And that's
GGs in
it,
chat.
GG.
Fantastic
GG.
race from both of these runners.
What a phenomenal best of 3. That was one of the tighter and more closer best of 3s we've had this tournament.
Definitely.
So again, folks, if you enjoyed this, get your GGs, thumbs up, hype emotes, whatever. These two deserve it. Drop and give them a follow on Twitch if you're not already doing so. !R to follow these racers. What an insane best of 3. Follow the commentary and tracking team at !C. To follow along with the tournament is !SMMap26. And now we just wait for the racers to make their way on in for their post-game interviews. This was a fun one to watch, and you know what? Kudos to Username for coming back from 3.5 minutes down, attempting that X-ray climb, looking for gravity. If gravity was an aqueduct, this would have been a completely different outcome. But, you know, the name of the game here with game number 3, as we welcome sunwufarmer into the broadcast studio here, the live on air, GG Sunwoo, was really the X-ray climb through the door into aqueduct.
Ooh. Oh, that's okay. I can see that.
Yep,
Sunwoo.
Welcome, Sunwoo. GG's.
Welcome in. As a
GGs.
fellow tournament admin, I am flexing my power. You are never allowed to use that backward sprite again! You're not
Why?
allowed to use the backward sprite, the diagonal sprite, the upside down sprite, the invisible sprite, any sprite that frustrates the commentators, the tracker, and the fan.
Naive
Oh,
WX
cool.
thinking a little thing like permission will stop Sunwoo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway,
Oh.
GG's, buddy. That was a phenomenal best of 3. I want to wait to see
Yeah.
if we get Username in for a post-game interview.
Yeah.
Do we know if
Username's in chat
Username
right
got-
now.
Oh, Username is in chat. Okay. Username, do you want to come in for a
Yeah.
post-game interview to chat?
Like backwards spray, yes.
No
GG's.
backward sprite anymore. You were clipped, by the
No.
way.
I clipped. Yeah, because I didn't go to C
No.
right there.
No.
Because you did what your brain told you to do when you were fighting DLC Kraid. You shot the wall because that's where Samus was looking!
Yeah. Yeah, I did that once. I remember that.
Okay, Username, you're good. GG's, Username. Everyone give it up for Username in chat. She's not joining us for post-game interview, but she's going to be hanging out with us in chat. And she'll be heading down to the silver bracket. It'll be Tickles versus sunwufarmer next.
Oh gosh.
Sunwoo, this was one of the tightest best of 3s we've had all tournament. What did you think of that best of 3?
I'd say the seeds just felt off or a little rough getting going, I would say. I knew it was gonna be real close because we're really close in most of the races and stuff. Beat each other back and forth and stuff, so it's good. Man, the second seed got me confused as hell. I couldn't find a good route for a while, and I missed C forever, and then I was like, oh, this is the way you want us to go. Yeah. Fun, interesting stuff overall.
If you say so.
I'm trying to remember what the difference ended up being in Seed 2. I remember Seeds 1 and 3 better, I think, than Seed 2. That was the item draft, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You thought the first seed was the most fun.
That one was definitely, it was a lot. That was one of those where it's like you both took kind of opposite routes and ended up covering all of the same ground, but in a different order, because it was one of those seeds where you just kind of had to do everything.
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah. I think one of the big difference makers early on was, username had gone down through Wasteland on like 4 tanks early, which was kind of the correct direction, but there was just a lot of stuff headed down in that direction.
Right.
And was it a boss down there? What was down there? I can't remember now. Was that because Varia was in Britain? No, yeah, Varia was in Britain, so it wasn't that. Croc was down there. Croc and Gravity were down there. That's what it was. So like she was down there in the region of Gravity, but ended up stopping after getting through, I think, Pillar Prep after Wasteland, which is understandable. I think you would have had to I don't know. I think we would have had to go up and around, which meant like sparking through Plasma Spark to get up and around and then find Key Hunter Shaft or something. I don't know. The route was weird on that one, what the logic expected to get there, but that was the region where Gravity was. And if she had like committed to that and been able to pull it off, that probably could have won the race, because that would have been like a pretty big logic break. But
yeah,
like it was such a long sequence of things with like death at every turn that she just turned back, which I think on balance is probably the correct call there. It's just in this one scenario, it actually would have paid off big to keep going.
Yeah, that second seed where Croc had Gravity was crazy. Down Key Hunter Shaft.
So yeah, y'all both ended up finding Croc and I think you got there first, very slightly. Okay. What was the last boss you did on that seed? I can't remember. Was it Fantoon? No. Right. No, you had to do, I think, Bowling and Ridley were the last 2 things.
Right. Yeah, so...
Yeah, go ahead.
Ridley, I got the Varia and Bryn. Luckily, it was like the first major after getting the map right there in West Ocean, and then it just went back. Because I didn't need anything at that point.
Yeah, I think that Varia actually did win you the race, because I think at that point you had maybe 4+1, whereas username I think had 6+1, but you were slightly ahead. But because she had like 6+1 and 20 supers, she was close to good mode already, didn't even need to find Varia. Whereas I think you had maybe only 10 supers, so you like really needed Varia in order to make it work. And you did find it, and then because she had to scrounge for more ammo, you just kept the lead that you already had. But if Varia hadn't been quick to find, I think she probably wins that one.
Yeah. I agree. All these races were pretty tight.
I have nothing else. It was a long best of 3.
It was a long one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That third game was very interesting too.
Yeah,
just the back and forth.
Cookies for how long that was.
Cookies.
Yeah, so I think
that's your snake. That's your job, man. You owe all the people cookies.
For you for the last 3.5 hours. We deserve you making us cookies because you won this race.
I'm not saying Words doesn't deserve cookies. I'm just, you and I, you still owe me like 10. So I can give you 5 back, or you can owe me 5
I
less.
have a hermit cookie in front of me. That's all I'm saying. I just need to add to the plate. Anyway, let's get into this and wrap this up with final thoughts. We'll go with Sunwoo. Username, if you have any final thoughts on those and not best of 3, please let us know over in the chat. We'll address it here on commentary. But we'll go to Sunwoo and then we'll wrap it up and I'll take us home.
Yeah, thanks again for comms, guys. Appreciate it. Words, WX Fan and Slam. Thank you for Phoenix. I think working on all the technical difficulties we had earlier in game 1. And thank you, chat. And hope to be ready for Tickles. That's going to be another rough match, I feel like. A really rough match.
Mm-hmm. So, username says that she thinks Sunwoo won very deservedly and look to what else he can achieve. Username, you also should be massively commended. You put on a phenomenal race, and I get why you did the X-ray climb in Game 3. Just absolutely insane. This was an absolutely pleasure to commentate. So, words, final thoughts from you, and then I will take us home.
Yeah, GG's again, both runners. This was one of the most exciting races I've seen in the tournament so far. You both did great. Yeah, GG's both of you. Thank you, Phoenix, again for getting SpeedGaming back up and running. We had some technical difficulties at the start there, but he got it figured out, got us going, which is huge. Thank you, WXFan, for joining me. Thank you, Slam, for tracking, and thank you everyone at home for watching. The streams don't mean anything if people don't want to watch them. So we're only here because you guys keep us around. So yeah, and thank you to everyone who's been working so hard to put on this tournament. It's been a blast. Yeah, can't wait to do more matches.
Absolutely. Using address what she said in chat, the X-ray climb was kind of out of spite because the seed didn't let me get them through speed.
Honestly relatable.
Still definitely a mistake on their part. Absolutely. I wouldn't say it was a mistake. Words and I went over this kind of extensively. If there had been an item up an aqueduct that was worth it, that changes everything. It changes.
It was a gamble for sure.
And
it was a gamble, but not necessarily a bad one.
Agreed. So, all right, Wards, was an absolute pleasure doing comms with you, my friend. That was a ton of fun. Big shout out to Slam over on tracking. Make sure you go give everyone a follow. !R to follow the racers. !C to follow the commentary and tracking teams. !SMMap26 to follow along with the tournament. For sunwufarmer and username Words and Slam, I'm WXFan21 saying we'll see you next